Holy shit!
I've seen fire tornadoes in Australia.
What the fuck is a fire
We have
tornado?
breezes in the UK. Gust of wind.
So you have tornadoes,
Yeah.
and you have bushfires.
Yeah.
So what happens when a
that's
tornado
what it is.
enters a bushfire? You basically get this spiraling like pillar of fire.
That
Dude,
sounds
these fucking-
terrifying.
It's fucking awesome to look at from a distance.
These like US settlers must have been so fucking confused when all this shit was happening. They're like, what the fuck is happening?
Pretty much that's what the British saw the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, what the fuck is that?
The first time they found like, the swamp in Florida, they're like, what the
It's
fuck
like,
is all
whoa,
this?
it's humid in here.
Like Australia is just like a real life island in One Piece. You know? It is an island on the Grand Line at this point. You know, because like the survival instinct you need in this island, like that's taken out most of the fucking pirates in One Piece at this point.
Imagine being the guy who's to like write the guide that they send back. Like people are gonna come again. It's like, so by the way, you're not gonna believe this. Right? You know how it's sun sometimes, right?
Yeah.
It's like that all the time.
all the time.
And sometimes I don't know how this happened. It was just fire tornado. I don't know what a tornado is. I've never seen one of them.
Yeah.
It's a tornado.
It's just, but it's such a weird thing as well because it's not like I kind of described it like there's a bushfire and then a tornado comes along and like eats up the fire. It's also like the fire is so strong that it basically creates an upcurrent that starts to spin and then it just creates like this pillar of fire that just like crashes through.
Just
It's
sounds
really
like
cool to see.
just sounds like a fucking anime attack at this point.
It
Where
does,
like
yeah.
where like
I was like, is there a Pokemon battle happening over there? Like someone did fire spin? I don't know. Like,
it's like two jutsus being combined together in Naruto. You know, it's like
It's just stomach after having that Naruto ramen.
it's like katung.
yeah. I mean, I did see actually that recently. Like the UK or at least London went through like a pretty bad storm.
storm,
yeah.
Which I don't know how bad it was because like when I see like
It
UK,
looked really bad.
it looked really bad. 'Cause, like when I see, but like you know when you see UK headlines,
Yeah.
you see like UK go through like a bad storm,
Yeah.
like the strongest wind seen, and I'm just like, well, is it like obviously it's going to be bad for the UK, but like how bad is it on a global scale?
There was videos of it picking up people and throwing them.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, because when I saw that headline, I thought it was just like the British over exaggerating.
No,
As you guys usually was like, oh, my friend's toupee fell off. It's an absolute travesty. It's so strong.
I saw some videos we get thrown around. I was like, oh my god. Like Rip, if you're trying to open that car door, man,
Yeah.
you're trying to get that closed.
Oh my
It's not
God.
happening.
Yeah, because like this, okay, so like this just shows how unused we are to these kind of like weather systems and weather phenomena, right? Because like we're like me and Connor are in like a group chat of like our friends back in the UK, and sometimes they still meet up and still planning meetups and everything like that. And I saw in this group chat that they had planned a meetup or to hang out on this day. And I remember like right up to like the last moments, people were just like, oh yeah, I'll see you guys in an hour. I'll see you guys in an hour, right? We're still meeting in an hour. And people are like, yeah, I'll see you in an hour. And then you just see the replies going, yeah, let's maybe not meet up today. Maybe that's not the best idea. But like the thing is, if this was like one of the worst storms that UK has gone through, like I am also really used to the idea that no matter what, you can still go out and have a pint.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
still go out and have a
yeah.
pint, no matter what.
News,
Yeah,
the pub is cancelled.
so like that's how I knew that this storm was like the real deal. If my mates were not going to the pub to meet up because of the storm, you know shit's gone down.
If the pub isn't closed, then that means I can still go. No matter what.
It is basically that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that is another episode of UK people severely unprepared for weather systems.
Yeah, because like I remember, when I first met my first like British person like from the UK.
Yeah,
And,
exist.
yeah, they exist. I was like, oh my god, you guys exist. But second of all, they're always like, oh yeah, we have nothing going on in the UK, like no bad weather, no like dangerous animals, no nothing. I'm like, really? Like I found that hard to believe as someone who came from the polar opposite of that.
Yeah,
Just Doom, just call it.
Yeah, I came from Doom. I came from hell, basically. The underworld. Yeah, because it's like, do you guys really not? Like, what is the most like dangerous thing?
Floods.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
Floods. We got a lot of rivers, so obviously when it rains a lot, you can flood.
Okay.
Yeah. Depending on where you are in the UK, there aren't floods.
Yeah, like what if
obviously-
you're like nowhere near like the rivers?
Yeah, then you don't get anything. Occasionally,
You guys get lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had hurricane scares before, at least in
Yeah.
my lifetime, but nothing that actually like manifested anything.
Felt like a hurricane.
Right,
Yeah.
just a bit of strong wind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot to fear in the UK, which is why whenever I travel abroad, whenever I lost my train of thought. Whenever I travel abroad, whenever I travel abroad, I got it this time.
There you go.
Sometimes it just like surprises me about some of the things you have to be careful of, just because in the UK we don't have to be careful of anything. Like with camping, you have to be careful about bears or starting a forest fire, which to me like starting a forest fire was like so outside my perception of like disasters that could happen to just like one person. But like if you think about it, yeah, of course it makes sense. You see, look at Australia being on fire, California like half the year being on fire.
Yeah, like our country was on fire for 9 months straight because of one guy starting a fire.
Yeah. To me, like that's just so outside of my perception of what could fucking possibly go wrong of one stupid person doing like a stupid thing,
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, all the trees are like wet in the UK. So it's very hard to get. Even I remember when we were camping, it was even hard to get like trees that weren't too damp
Really?
to burn.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, you could come in with like a fucking flamethrower and it'll probably be put out by the day.
The flamethrower will run out of gas. I
Yeah.
haven't ever seen anywhere like in nature on fire in the UK.
Really?
No, fire's just not like
Hard to get started.
Yeah,
it's very hard to get.
nature fires aren't like a thing that we have to be careful about in the
And
UK.
yeah, one of the biggest UK hits was Firestarter. So that's like, is it ironic? Isn't it?
They had so much time while they were making the fire starter.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Probably just make a song about it.
Oh my God, you do the fire. I'm gonna do the
That's why it's an achievement, right?
Yeah.
Like it's easy to be a fire starter anywhere else in the world. In the UK, it's a medal.
I'm a Firestarter. Like, damn. Did you manage that?
Aren't some forest fires like natural? Like that needs to happen sometimes to clear a lot of the like dead trees and
Yeah,
stuff. And then,
yeah.
So
So-
obviously a lot of them recently are like not.
Yeah, so we have controlled bushfires in Australia that happens like pretty frequently because we also have I don't know the details about it, but we have this specific like is it breed? I don't know what the word for it is, of tree or like sapling where it's type of eucalyptus I think where the seeds from the tree need to be put into a fire in
yeah,
order for it to
I've heard
open up.
about
this.
So to keep the forest alive, they actually have to burn these seeds and basically start a bushfire for that area of the bushland to grow again, which is
heard
like
this, I've
which is
heard
the most like backwards thinking that nature has ever done. It's like
Well, 'cause I imagine if like the dead trees pile up and then it's as hot as it is in Australia,
Yeah.
it'll naturally catch
oh
on
yeah, we
fire.
get natural bushfires all the
Yeah.
fucking time just because of how hot and powerful the sun is.
Australia literally is like the last dungeon area. Like even nature is high level in Australia. Like what the?
They randomly just start fire. Like,
It's literally the desert level in Breath of Time. Breath of the Wild. Like, Breath of Time. It's literally the desert level in Breath of the Wild where like, if you don't have the right equipment, you are forever like just gaining damage from the sun.
I think it's well. I can't remember. I might have done those generic Vox videos where you learn about shit you didn't know you wanted to learn about, and you learn about it, and you're like, okay, I'll
never YouTube?
No, mainly Vox videos.
YouTube Shorts,
Always like that. So I think it was like because the US for so long was actively stopping all the fires. It turned out that a lot of the branches needed to just be set ablaze so that they could get rid of them and they could go back in the system. It turns to ash. So they had like a build up of a lot of dead trees and stuff like that. So when the fire did start, it went like crazy. It wasn't nearly as big as it was.
I mean, like, yeah,
I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I mean, we have like so many like controlled bushfires just because we do have like just at least in my area we have a lot of like wildlife and like nature reserves and stuff like that. But sometimes unfortunately they're not. Some of those fires aren't controlled 100% of the way, and that's what causes bushfire scares and straight up bushfires sometimes. So I think that's why we have a lot of that. Just because we're trying to maintain the nature, and then sometimes nature's like, you know what, I'm gonna go ham a little bit, and then they go ham.
The only controlled fire in the UK is from trying to boil your water.
Oh god!
As an Australian, what is like your biggest fear over there in terms of like nature wise? Like, what do you have to be careful about the most?
Yeah. Honestly, the people scare me the most.
That's such a video game movie thing. It's not the animals you gotta worry about, kid.
It's the people. Humans are the scariest of them all.
Humans were the monsters all along.
You can predict a black widow. Can't predict a human.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people. In terms of wildlife, like I'm usually pretty okay with like insects and like snakes and spiders if I know it's not going to kill me.
Have you ever had like a big scare yourself of like you've encountered something you're like, oh, this shit could actually kill me?
Yeah, many times. Like I've
Like, the health bar comes on the bottom of the screen.
yeah, many times. Like I remember I was actually this close to basically dying at one point because I was this close to being bitten by one of the most venomous ants in the world. Yeah. So we normally so people outside of Australia think that Australia's just like venomous spiders and snakes. But we have like we have a lot of venomous insects, and we have this one ant species called the bulldog ant, and it is supposedly the most venomous ant in the world. And I almost got bitten by one when I was like 10 years old.
I think like Dark Souls is like way more balanced than Australia. At least it has like a hitbox you can see.
So basically, like I was camping. That's where most of the accidents happen.
You got the campfire, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I was camping, and I was like sitting on this. I lit the bonfire. I thought I was in the safe zone. I was the one enemy before I could teleport. So I was like kind of sitting around the fire with my family, my mates, and I was like maybe 10, 11 years old, and we were in like a really, really like deep rainforest area, right? So it was like basically we just found like a flat. It wasn't even like a registered campsite. Basically, it was just like we found a flat piece of ground. Let's just start a fire here. As long as it's controlled.
I like the way you just said it. You didn't say let's make this our campsite. Let's start a fire here.
I mean, a responsible fire.
Yeah, small fire. Let's start a fire here. Let's hunker down here for the night, right? Yeah. So we set up the camp there, and my dad started the fire, and we were getting all cozied up, and I was sitting on this like giant slab of rock, right? It was like very smooth, and as like a 10-year-old, you just want to like climb shit, right? So it's like I found lots of little rocks to like and big rocks to kind of climb around in. And I was sitting, and I was kind of sitting with my mate as well, and my hand was like rested back like this, right? Kind of like legs out, kind of thing. And I was just chilling and everything, and then I felt something crawl onto my hand,
right?
And I looked down, and it was an ant. But I was like, oh, that's a big ant.
How big are we talking?
It's like that.
That's quite big, yeah.
Right? That's pretty.
That's still an ant.
Yeah, it's still an ant. Right?
It's still an ant.
This pitch black ant, just kind of like crawling onto my finger. And then I kind of like put my hand up and was looking at it, and then my friend who was next to me just gasped and then fucking immediately swatted my hand away and swatted this ant off me.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was looking at this cool ant. Why would you do that? And he was like, dude, you could have died. Like, you do know what that thing is, right? And then he told me and he showed me what it was. And I was like, well, thank you for slapping my hand. Glad I didn't die.
Does it definitely kill you, or is it like?
I mean, it's like it can kill. They say the venom is powerful enough to like kill an adult in like 15 minutes. So as a 10-year-old, probably would have been like instant kill.
Where's the Coyote Peterson video of him?
Yeah, right.
Steam test.
Will it kill me? That's the next level above.
It's like in the OG YouTube days, it's like will it blend? Like 2030 YouTube.
Will I die?
Will I die? Let's find out.
Okay, Peterson, that's into the death zone with bulldog ant. So basically my friend saved my life, and now I know that we have these ants because when you're a kid in Australia, you're always told like be careful of the snakes, be careful of the spiders because we do have a lot of non-venomous kinds, but that's not the ones you have to look out for. Obviously, like I'd be bitten by a snake once, but it wasn't venomous. It just really fucking hurt, right? So that's fine. It was just like a little nip on the finger, so it's whatever. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
They must have sent the craziest motherfuckers from the UK. If I was like there, one of the first people in Australia, one of my friends just get bitten by an ant and we're like laughing jovial and he just dies. I'm like, we're leaving. Fuck this place. Get back on the boat. We're leaving. Fuck this.
Oh, look, you little ant. Boom.
It's just like fucking. Get back. Pack the shit back up. Pack it up. That's why they send the prisoners.
That's literally like the dark continent.
That's when you play the ground as well. It's like everybody off the ground. Yeah.
The dark history.
I don't think I'd have like the courage to do anything in Australia because like the more I read, the more I'm just like I guess I just won't go outside.
No, it's great.
The beaches sound great until I read about like fucking stonefish, right? And then I'm
like,
like,
I mean,
stonefish.
Just don't fucking step on them.
Okay, so a stonefish is a fish that looks exactly like a stone.
It's a very ugly fish.
It's a very ugly
bottom dweller fish.
Yeah, but its fins have razor sharp needles that if you step on it, it's apparently one of the most painful like experiences you have in your life. Yeah, from an animal.
Have any of your friends stepped on one?
I've had a friend step on one, and he obviously went to the fucking hospital for it. He didn't die, but
well, that's a plus.
But I mean, like,
he didn't
Is it
die.
venomous or painful?
It's just extremely painful. I mean, it could cause like anaphylactic shock and like kill you if you're unlucky.
Like
It's the most venomous fish known.
yeah, it's the most venomous fish known on Earth. And so even if you don't die, you're going to have a very, very bad time.
Yeah, you're just going to experience a lot of pain.
If you're experiencing enough
What
pain,
was the pain? Is it sharp or is it like got some
It's
poison?
probably got some toxins in it or something,
It's
right?
not venom.
Yeah.
It can kill you, but
It can kill you.
Okay, just pull up the Glock, shoot you in foot.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Stop it from going through the
Shoot
off.
the fish.
Cut it off.
That's John Wick.
I mean, like, I think, but like things like stonefish and like,
Are they super common or is it super rare?
No, it's very, very rare. This video is sponsored by Harry's.
As you guys know, I am a Sigma male, and the only thing I will allow to touch my Sigma male beard is Harry's. I actually only use Harry's. I'm not kidding. I've said this in every single Harry's ad read. I bought a bunch in the UK when I came here, and I still use Harry to this day.
Well, then you'll be happy to know, Connor, and everyone watching this video, that new customers can redeem a Harry's trial set for, get this, $3.
$3?
$3 when you go to harrys.com/trashtaste.
Harry's believes you shouldn't have to choose between a close, comfortable shave and a fair price, so they give you both. In fact, Harry's blades are designed to stay sharper for longer. In a recent study, guys who shave 4 times a week said their 8th shave was as smooth as their first.
Well, dear viewers and listeners, today is your lucky day. New Harry's customers can redeem a starter set. You get 5-blade razor, a weighted handle, foaming shaving gel with alloy, and a travel cover to protect your blades when you're on the go. That's $13 value, boys, for $3. It's truly never been a better time to try Harry's. Go to harrys.com/trashtaste to try Harry's today.
Back to the video. One thing you mostly have to worry about if you go to the beach in Australia is the jellyfish.
I was going to say the second thing that fucking terrifies me.
We have a ton of those in the UK.
Jellyfish. Not toxic jellyfish, though.
Oh, but the ones that are like extremely painful.
Oh yeah. I mean, because like you're probably thinking of box jellyfish, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Like I've never seen that in the waters. I've never heard of anyone getting stung by that. But like that's the one that can kill you.
Yeah.
And
Where
like, people have.
Yeah, where it puts you in so much pain that you drown because you have zero control over your body.
Yeah, it basically paralyzes you.
Yeah.
Have people like survived?
People survive, yeah, but I mean, like, it's a very uncommon way. Oh, sorry, it's a very rare way for anyone to like die. I think only like maybe like 2 or 3 people die a year from it or something. So it's like it's very, very rare considering the amount of people who go into the ocean in Australia. Like you got to be really unlucky.
Jellyfish scare me.
Yeah, but I mean, like I've been stung by the other kind of jellyfish that's way more common is they're called blue bottle jellyfish, and they're not toxic or anything. Like they won't kill you, but it hurts a lot when you get stung.
Yeah, my friend got stung by one when we were swimming in like some shitty ocean in the UK.
And the trick in Australia is if you have a mate who's been stung by a blue bottle, you pee on it.
I think it's one of those rumors, though, isn't it? This is why by JoJo fans.
Right.
I don't think it actually
I think the actual way to do it is like you gotta like pour vinegar or something on it.
But maybe
Or some kind of
having your mate piss on you feels really.
Yeah, it's some kind of like alkaline.
It's
Actually,
just like when you say it out loud, it does feel like a scene from JoJo.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? You've been stung by a stand. So the only thing.
Gordon experience.
treatment is hot water, apparently.
Well, that makes sense. Pee is just hot water from the body.
Scald my leg. Pour boiling
That's
water.
36 degrees right there, dog. Like, that's as warm as fuck.
This is why this is the problem in the UK. Everyone's always got a hot thermos ready for tea. They know to just like.
Get the tea thermos.
This could make it worse, actually.
Oh, really?
Depending on how I
Well, sorry for peeing on your leg that one time.
Well, I remember we were swimming and a bunch of the jellyfish washed up. Yeah,
Oh,
that's normal.
Yeah, I've seen that in the UK as well. And
Yeah,
A bunch of
Thailand.
them, a bunch of them washed up, and this little 10-year-old didn't know what they were. I think I was 12.
Oh,
and he was
so
like, yeah, just like pick one up. And then
Oh,
just
right.
go,
Well, you can pick them up by the head.
Yeah,
No, he
yeah.
picked it up by the.
Oh, by the
the
tentacles? Oh, well,
tentacles.
yeah, that's
I
probably
immediately started crying and screaming. And,
Well, shit, yeah.
fuck. I remember there was loads of them. I remember I got really freaked out. 'Cause I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
This is not how they were in Finding Nemo. That's what I remember. I think there was jellyfish, by the way. What weird fish.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
weird-
jellyfish,
What weird fish? Fish freak me out so much more than like animals do. Like,
What, fish not animals?
no, fish are fish, right? Animals are animals.
Jellyfish isn't an animal. I know it's an animal, but just fuck.
Like what? What the fuck is going on with fish?
I mean, it doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have a
Jellyfish is just God's spunk.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what they are. Like,
Fuck that.
I mean, like that's the closest way. I can,
ocean
like,
sperm cell.
It is the ocean sperm cell.
Like, you look at that Mr. Incredible meme where he's like smiling and Reggie getting like more sad.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, you look at dogs, you're like yes. And then you get like horses, you're like yes.
Yeah.
Then you get something like rats, you're like okay.
Yeah.
And then you start getting these weird fish,
Yeah.
and you're like what the
Like
fuck?
deep sea fish?
Yeah. Then you start getting like the real fucking weird fish ones like all like no eyes and just all teeth. You're
Yeah,
like, like what the fuck is happening down there?
It's
What's
like
going on?
berserk creatures.
It is like legit. Like what's going on with fish shit? Like like what? Who's
an episode of
who's in charge?
What is up with fish?
Who's in charge of the evolution down there? It's like out of control.
Have you guys heard about the immortal jellyfish?
No,
So,
I'm listening.
there is a species of jellyfish that scientists believe are like immortal. Like
Right.
they cannot be killed by like time, by old age. So
Right.
obviously they can still be killed by external forces,
Yeah.
heat and whatever.
Well,
But,
experience.
but it's believed by scientists that they are in a sense immortal, and that scares the shit out of me.
Damn, that's
Because nothing should be immortal. Nothing alive should be immortal.
That's just the survivor stand from past season.
Yeah, they just have like no.
Yeah, that is literally just a stand, right?
Well, apparently they reckon that aging is like a process, like it cells and stuff. It's on purpose.
Yeah, I'm not bullshitting, right? Actually, there is something called the immortal jellyfish.
Yeah, apparently it just regresses into like a polyp form and then it comes back.
Oh, yeah, so it's literally just like a single cell like organism kind of deal where it's like it's just forever just like
Yeah.
recreating itself
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So a car accident just turned back into a baby and grew back old again.
That's a Benjamin Button shit.
That is actually just a fucking superpower.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But could you imagine though if like humans were able to somehow like study that shit enough, right? And be like,
We're trying, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you know, being like, all right, this might actually be like the key to immortality, right?
What's the point of being immortal if you get to 60 and you're useless at 60? And you're like, what can you do for 100 years?
That's why they can progress in age as well. Because they're just
Yeah, so they get to like a point where they're like, fuck, I can't do sports anymore. Well, time to go back.
Like, let's just say we can like keep you alive right till 200, but like after 50 you start like you start degrading, and 70 you're kind of useless.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying all people are useless by the way, but like you personally can't do what you want.
Right, right,
What
right.
is the point of you being like another 130 years? Another 100 years? Like what are you gonna do? Like just like catch up with like the rest of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
That's why like I remember fucking like in Futurama episodes.
Yeah.
You know when they have all those like old celebrities from centuries ago with heads.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
one of my friends was like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if we like humanity got to that kind of point in technology? I'm like, no, what do you want? That would be horrible. You just be sitting on a shelf for the rest of humanity, like rest of time.
rest of time.
Rest of time.
Just doing what? How do you like? How do you
have fun, man.
How do you
Just
have fun?
a
Yeah, you just hide in a fucking jar.
I guess I don't know, perfect beatboxing or something like that. That's all you can do as a head.
Just trying to do that trick right with the cherry stem where you can cut out. What else are you gonna do? Well,
Perfect Jojo Railroad. Right? Like,
learn languages. I
Yeah,
guess.
for the rest of
Learn every language in the world.
Yeah, probably.
Or just
actually, now I think about it, there's a few things you can do.
just watch Pokemon in your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll fly back.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm just watching the 6,000th rerun of Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a really philosophical question of if you could be immortal, would you want to be immortal? And I'm just like, I wouldn't want to be immortal. Maybe I wouldn't want to die at like say 80 or 90 or whatever. But like, there's a point where I would like my body to keep up with what I want to do. Right?
Okay, well, then different question. How old, if you could choose, how old would you want to be when you die?
To me,
It depends on how functional I am.
yeah, yeah. Because like, I've met 90-year-olds who are like still in like fucking tip-top shape.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I've also met like 60-year-olds who have trouble doing things that I would want to do
Depends
as
on
well.
my 50s, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It depends on how lucky you get. Really.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know, some of my friends, you know, their dad's like 55, already getting like dementia and stuff. It's
Yeah,
scary shit.
yeah.
I would hate to get that, especially if like my kids are young. Like I want them to feel like
Yeah.
they gotta help me out.
Yeah.
I think the coolest answer was like my granddad. Apparently, like in his 20s, he was like from his 20s, he was like, I'm gonna die at age 80. Just no cap, I'm gonna die at age 80.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was like, why would you say that from a young age? And he's like,
Right.
because it gives me a time limit to do all the things I want to do before I die.
Right.
And so it's like self-motivating.
Yeah.
And this is how much of a Chad my granddad was. He died exactly at age 80. And he was literally like, I'm good, man. I'm good to go.
I'll ask how he died.
Oh, he died from lung cancer. But
I was gonna say, I'm like, did this man, like, why did they go to?
I mean, the thing is though, I
I mean,
think
it sounds like he did everything he wanted to
yeah,
do.
he was literally like on his 80th birthday, he was like, I can go now with like no regrets.
Just like waiting for the clocks and.
it's like ready to pull the plug. Like,
Okay.
But like, I thought that was so fucking cool, right? Because like, there's that like very common philosophy of like, you know, if you became immortal, you would do nothing
Yeah.
because you'd have no like rush.
You'd have the drive
you'd
to
have the drive
achieve.
to do the things you want to do, right? Because you can do it whenever you want. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's my reasoning for why I wouldn't want to be immortal. Also, like I don't know, I want to see everyone around me die. That should be so fun.
Well, I mean, like if you live in a society where everyone can choose how when they
oh, so,
die.
okay, so if we were living in an immortal society,
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're saying?
If we lived in a society.
Then I think we just like regress to the fucking Stone Age at that point because like no one would want to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, like personally, I find like most badass people are the people who like live to like their late ages and they seem fit, they seem able, and then one day they just decide to like their body just decides, all right, peace out.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's the way I would want to go. You know, I don't want like the
I
10.
think everyone's gonna go like that.
Yeah.
But, like life is brutal.
It is.
I think it's like the Tezuka Osamu, the guy who basically popularized manga. He died while drawing manga in the hospital bed, and I'm like, that's so fucking badass. The fact that like this man literally till the moment he died was doing what he wanted to do.
Yeah, Gon's gonna be doing that final temple.
Just do one more round.
He gets 10 SSRs. And he's like,
God's gonna be on like Jump King 20 on the final jump.
gets to the top. Credits.
No, but yeah, because like my grandma right now is is still alive, and like she's in like her late 90s right now. And I remember when I introduced her to Sydney for the first time. And I remember I was telling Sydney, she's in her 90s,
I think you've definitely told the story.
Have I told the story?
Trust
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Unfortunately,
Do a clip notes.
Okay, so yeah, my grandma like took Sydney's hand and squeezed it. She squeezed it so hard that Sydney was like writhing in pain for like a good hour because of how hard she squeezed it. And yeah, that was a clip notes from the story, because I think maybe I have told this on Trash Tape.
So basically, your grandma's Giga Chat.
Yeah.
Have you heard the story?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't see. Sometimes you can't tell if I told you this at a bar or something.
Yeah,
If I told you on the
We've-
podcast.
Unfortunately, we talk.
Well, unfortunately, we do talk a lot.
I saw a recent comment on one of the Trash Tape episodes being like, "It's so impressive how the boys still manage to find topics that they've never
I
talked
don't
about."
know.
Like, yeah, I don't even know.
I just talk and like sometimes we get called out for it, sometimes we don't. I don't know. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely talking about fucked up fish in the ocean. I know that.
Have we?
No, we haven't.
Oh, we haven't, no.
There's so many fucked up little fishies.
What's the animal that scares you the most?
Man, no joking.
Martians.
Martians.
I think you know, like those tier lists of like animals that I could take in a fight.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just think like a deer would just fuck me up.
I mean, they could.
Yeah, like more. I think I'd have more chance of like being able to outwit a bear or something. Or like.
I don't know about that. I would rather take on the deer than the bear.
I
Thank
feel
you very
like
much.
what's the deer's the one with the
If Bucky has taught me anything, don't fuck with bears.
which is the ones with the massive antlers? Is it deers? Are they all deers?
I mean, deer, moose.
I don't know, no, not moose, but like there's some.
Caribou?
I've seen some of them that are fucking insane. Like,
Well, I
they
mean,
just flip
moose
shit.
are like fucking like insane.
Yeah,
Like, how
yeah.
big, like people imagine moose and they're like, oh yeah, that's like just a big deer. Right? I'm like, no, they're like huge. They're insanely huge. It's scary.
Even though I think there's like a 0.1% chance that I could live it with a bear encounter.
Yeah.
I at least think that like a deer, I'd have like 0 if it wanted to kill me. I feel like it would just chase me.
What logic are you basing this
I
on?
don't know.
What kind of deer are you like?
The way it looks at me, I don't know why.
What are you talking
You're talking about like the deer from Princess Mononoke. Like,
They got a look in their eye, deers, right? They got a look in their eye that says I'm up for blood, and I'm not going to
What
be
are you
happy.
talking about? Deers are cute as fuck a lot of the time.
have you never been to Nara? Where you feed the deers?
They're like, no, there's like wimp deers. It's like Chad deers. Have you seen those deers when they're wrestling each other for like mating purposes?
Oh yeah.
Dude, let's just say if one of these deers thought I was going to steal its GF, I'm done. Like, I'm dead.
I think you can say that about most animals. Though. Like if you try to steal like a, if you want to go to a frat party, so you feel the same way. All right, oh, this guy's gonna fuck me up.
There's like stories.
What logic are you
There
placing
is
this on?
absolutely zero logic. Just the way it
So
looks.
are you saying that like you can't take on a male deer, but you could take on say like a male elephant or a male giraffe?
Are we say take on an elephant? Are we saying like beating it?
Well, I mean, you were saying like tier list of animals I could beat in a fight,
Beat in
right?
the fight or like survive. Like,
Yeah.
I reckon I could get away from a bear and an
Let's say like you're a caveman and you need to take on one of these animals to like survive. Like
elephant.
you're
Am I trying to kill it? Am I trying to run away?
you're trying to survive.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why. I just feel like a deer could chase me to the ends of the earth. I feel like a bear might get
Like
bored.
most animals.
No. A bear will get bored after a while. You know, he'll get bored. I feel like a deer
Clearly never encountered a bear in his life.
Let's say I climb a 20-foot tree. I know bears can climb trees. I reckon the deer somehow would just fucking jump up, fuck me up, Naruto style or something. I don't know why. I'm just scared of these deers, man. These big deers that are
Tigers, lions,
Did you have like
bears.
I'll take a tiger. I'll fuck
Did you have like a childhood trauma
No,
around
no,
a deer,
no,
or
no,
like,
Is this just the British in you talking?
Do
Yeah.
we even have deers?
Of course we have deers in England. Yeah.
You sure?
that was me.
Do we have deers? Like the big deers with the antlers? Like the
What's
big.
the difference?
What are the ones with like the horns that are like not? They're like all kind of spiky.
Are you talking about caribous?
I don't know what they're called.
Regular deer spike antlers.
I know
What are
like
like spike antlers? Like the ones with like weird shape.
You're talking about like Bambi shit, right?
No.
No.
The ones with no horns aren't scary. Why would they be scary? They have no horns. Horns are scary.
But
So
they are also
like
deers.
animals
They are also deers.
I'm not scared of rhinos.
I'd be fucking terrified of a rhino. Are you kidding me?
Just ride it. Donkey Kong Country. You can ride it.
What about like
If I get on the back of a rhino, right? What's it gonna do? Fall on the ground? I'll just jump off it.
what about like a ram?
A ram? I've been with a ram. I befriended the rams. We were friends.
So you don't find rams scary?
No, they're just kind of like little bitches, rams. They're just kind of like drama queens. You can talk to them.
You can
You can't reason
Can't
with
reason
it.
with a deer. Can't reason with a deer.
You like these ones?
Yeah.
It's just,
What, regular white-tailed deer?
it's just a deer, right?
Like,
It's
those fuck you up.
just a male. Yeah, obviously.
You get impaled, bro. You're in the tree.
I mean, not saying they won't fuck you up, but I'd rather take on that than a fucking bear.
You know why as well? Because when you see that, you think it's cute, right? You think, oh, it's cute. And then it fucking stabs you, right? A bear, you're not getting anywhere near that. You're cautious, right? It's about the
No, I'm not going anywhere near a thing that has horns like that. Are you
But they
kidding me?
taste good, though, so I don't understand why I'm not going near it.
So if theirs tasted good, would you?
Maybe we'd have to fight it. I feel like okay, this is
Why is the sense of danger dictated by how good the animal tastes?
Listen, this is one of those things where it's just like it's gonna look stupid, this argument, but it's just pure like gut. Like this is no logic whatsoever. This is just my gut.
So like, is deer like S tier for you? Like S tier scary?
S tier will fuck you up and you didn't expect it. Bear is A tier because I know it's gonna fuck me up. But also it might not. I might get bored. You might just leave me alone.
Where are you getting this idea that deers are so fucking aggressive?
Yeah.
I've seen videos, man.
I've seen videos of bears being aggressive as well.
Because some dumbass is provoking a deer, right? Like, you're
Yeah.
both gonna get pissed off.
I don't know, I just think that bears are friendly.
My experience with most deers, like even ones like that, is that
Yeah.
you go like fucking in a 50
Again,
in a 50-meter radius.
I
Like,
am not trying to make any sense. This is all just gut.
No, you're not making sense.
I know this is making
why we're
sense.
trying to glean some sense out of it, but
Like tigers are scary, but also the Tiger King seemed like he had a good hand of it. So maybe
I mean, it is like
he slapped them with his stick and they let go of him. So maybe I just give him a little. Stop that.
yeah, that was the problem with like all the prey that you see. They went like, oh, use the slap method.
you didn't have a big enough stick.
No,
Obviously,
Obviously,
everyone has
what's the most
a
dangerous bear? Is it the red one? The red bear? Is it
Black
grizzly
bear.
bears,
the black one?
Black one.
It's like a polar bear.
Oh, polar bears.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's
polar
it,
bears.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a story from like I think Brian Blessed. You know Brian Blessed? He's a very famous British guy. He's this really famous British guy who has like, yes, the most booming voice like this, right? And apparently he was in the Arctic filming something, and a polar bear came up, and I think that he either punched the polar bear in the face, or he screamed at the polar bear, and it ran away scared. Is the story. So I'd like to think that I could, if it is true that you could scare a polar bear from shouting at it, I think I'll be alright.
Well, I mean, Bucky has told me that like the best way to beat a bear is to punch it in the nose.
Yeah, I heard that you can punch it in the probably the grizzly bear. Probably just,
Well, I mean, if you're fast enough, right?
I'm not fast enough.
I mean, at that point,
If you're Bucky, you can just
at that point, you're kind of playing gacha with your life, you know.
Yeah.
You just
It's the same with sharks, right? If you punch a shark in the nose, then it'll just be like,
is that true?
I don't know. I'll try it. I'll try
I'm
it.
not gonna try it, but you know,
Like nature's
the world's slowest punch, underwater punch.
Nature's literally giving them a weak point. I punch the shark for massive damage.
Well, you can punch a deer, huh? You can punch it anyway. It's got big spiky things, right?
I feel like you could like dodge at the last moment.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
can like devilback ghost.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the bear is like too big. The bear is too slow. You can dodge the bear.
What are you talking about? Bears are fucking fast as shit.
When have you seen a bear?
Huh?
This is the most dumb conversation we've ever had. I'm
You're so like if you see a bear, like a grizzly bear, you are not running away from that.
No, you can't outrun a bear.
Yeah.
No, but
Like the
maybe-
best tactic is that you can outrun your mates.
Maybe I can shout at it, ask it kindly to stop. You know?
It's like,
Okay, let's have. Why don't we ask survivors of bears, right? What they did to survive the bear?
I'd like to ask how many bear survivors do you know?
There's got to be a few out there.
I'm pretty sure there are more deer
Deer
survivors.
survivors are 0.
Yeah, because no one talks about it. Because everyone survives deer.
Because they know if they talk, the deer's going to come back. The deer's going to come back for some.
The deer comes back with his family, like,
You be snitching?
Holy shit.
It's like how many horror movies are there with deer as like the main monster?
That's
Like,
because
fucking like,
people are too scared to talk about deer. So.
like the next like when's the next deer coming out in the Godzilla trilogy or whatever, man?
Deer's
Like,
like-
Godzilla versus deer. King Kong and Godzilla versus deer. They need to tag team the ultimate monster.
Deer, man, it can go run super fast, launch itself in with those hooks. You know, you're done. GG.
So would you say the deer is the most powerful animal?
It is the most powerful.
If it was-
Spiritually,
If it was an animal like Battle Royale, would you pick deer?
No. No.
Who would you pick for an animal Battle Royale? Animal Kingdom Battle Royale. I'm definitely picking polar bear. For sure.
I feel like you're going for low hanging fruit. I feel like there's probably something stronger.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to win.
I feel like there's probably better animals. I remember if you asked tier list, the tier 2 guy.
Walrus.
Walrus?
Wow, I don't think so.
Okay, the only reason I say this is because I literally saw a video where like a polar bear was like fucking starving, hadn't eaten for a while. So he was trying to hunt, and he comes across these like this group of walruses. I don't know what the proper word is. A herd?
Walrusi?
Walrusi. And like he literally tried to try to take a bite out of any walrus,
Yeah.
right? And the hides were like so thick that he couldn't grab on. And the walrus just like shook him off. And he's trying to like several walruses, and like he just failed. So maybe it's walruses that are at the top of the fucking food chain. We just never thought
What
about
about
it.
the honey badger? That one's like a scary one, no? That was like a
I
fucking-
think the polar bear would destroy the honey
I
badger.
don't know, man.
A human versus honey badger? Yeah, the honey badger's probably gonna win.
Yeah.
But like, you know, because I don't fuck with the honey badger.
What is a honey badger?
It's a badger that eats honey.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No.
Yes, it is.
Is it primarily honey? I thought it was like.
Yeah, because
it's like fucking crazy.
Isn't the whole thing with the honey badger is that like its hide is so thick that like a bee sting literally can't penetrate it?
I don't know.
That's
All
why
I know
they're
is
like so
that shit's
feared.
crazy.
I remember I read something about
Mantis
it.
shrimp? You know mantis
I
shrimp?
know fucking mantis
mantis
shrimp.
shrimp,
Yeah. My god, like that. Okay, that's when nature's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Just fish. It's always fish. Like, what's going on? Like,
Mantis shrimp is like the Bucky of the sea.
why does this fish have like a cannon for an arm? Like, what's going on with that?
Wait, I'm just gonna throw a fist and create a sonic boom.
Yeah, what happened with evolution? Like, I'm telling you, man, evolution in the sea is fucked. Like, I don't know what's going on.
When's the next stage above that? It's like, oh, I throw a punch and a nuclear fusion happens.
basically,
I
yeah.
create a black hole with my fist.
yeah, I mean, if you like size up a mantis shrimp, I think it could possibly like create a fucking vacuum that sucks the air in, sucks his opponents in.
That's
So
what Bucky should have done. Instead of imagining a human-sized praying mantis, he should have imagined a human-sized mantis shrimp.
We had
The real
a
challenge.
human-sized mantis shrimp, but bears, they have one shot.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's going to be the One Punch Man.
Yeah, of
Which is- Why are we talking about this?
The one punch man of the sea.
You know what one thing that I always there's like I think there's this YouTube videos where like people like kind of go to like nature and they like save the animals that are like being hunted or something.
Yeah, yeah.
By other animals.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And then they ask like David Attenborough questions like, do you feel like you should help the animal that's being hunted and stuff? And he's like, no. It's literally nature. Why would I fucking interfere?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why people always make these videos being like, today we're going to save the fish from being eaten. It's like, that's literally the point of the fish. They get eaten by the other
it's
fish.
literally called a food chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just sympathetic because we're at the top.
Exactly. If we're in the middle of that, I'm trying to save my own life.
Yeah, I don't think cavemen really worried about what nature was doing because we were trying our best to survive as well.
That's like a seagull being like, I'm gonna save these fish today because I feel bad. It's like, no, they don't give a fuck. They're gonna eat. This episode is brought to you by Call of Antia, a beautiful and well-crafted casual gaming experience.
Call of Antia is the perfect stress relieving game with fun and laid back match 3 RPG gameplay. What better way to unwind than to match those 3s and to collect yourself over 60 beautiful designed heroes?
Call of Antia has a ton of rich gameplay modes, majestic scenes, legendary figures, dragons, castles, and exciting adventure. Oh my lord, it even has online battle modes and massive events which you can participate in to win free items.
And in addition to those, you also get free daily summons of legendary heroes. Free daily summon hero feature now is Morgan, a dashing 4-star legendary power hero who can inflict scurvy on her enemies by a touch of her sword. So download Call of Antia today by using the link in the description down below, or conveniently send this QR code on screen right now to download it.
But gentlemen, hold on, because the first 300 users who use our promo code TRASHTASTE will get a special reward package, including, get this,
What, Joe? Tell me.
200 gems.
200 gems?
30 plus energy points.
30 energy points?
And 30,000 gold. All of that to kickstart your profile of InStyle.
Thanks again to Call of Antia for sponsoring this episode. Back to the show.
I guess I'll bring it up now. I just googled the most dangerous animals in the world, and obviously, like you got your normal ones like stonefish is on there, box jellyfish is on there, you know, black mamba,
all Australian.
all the Australian ones. Then you get number 2, mosquito, of course.
Oh,
that does make sense.
Gotta be scary, eh?
I shit you not. Number 1, humans.
We are. We like kill everything. We're awful.
Trust no one, not even yourself.
What's the strongest animal you genuinely wholeheartedly think you could beat in a fight?
What? Define beat in a fight. Like,
Fist to fist.
because like the animal's gonna be like, oh, that's enough. Like,
Yeah, bring it to submission kind of thing. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't know, like
or like run away. Like the animal run away. Or like, or you like knock
Like,
it
it's
out
like a
clean.
fight to the death.
For some reason, you're in a
Oh,
ring.
are we allowed tools?
No,
Just your bare fist.
just your bare fist and whatever's laying around on the ground.
All right, I got it.
Realistically,
Dog. Human.
Why are you fighting a dog, Joe?
yeah, or human, yeah.
Joe's like dog lose fan base instantly.
Not that I would. No, like a big, like if we're not counting humans, like a big dog is probably the max I can go. Because even then, like you know, it's fucking scary.
A big dog would beat you up, actually.
I mean, a big dog.
I mean, like,
Some really big dogs.
yeah, it could really fucking hurt me.
Take on a wolf? I mean, it'll be hard,
No.
but I feel like if you're fighting
It's
to the
like
death.
the movie, for sure.
Yeah. I feel like you could take on a wolf. Not like it's not a guaranteed win.
Yeah.
But that's like on the edge of what I
Would I-
imagine if
yeah.
I was fighting for my life.
Is like 100% like success rate? No.
No.
But like, you know,
But like, could I possibly get a wolf into a fucking chokehold or something? Go fucking UFC on his ass? And maybe. If I had the right techniques. All I'm saying, human wolf versus wolf in the octagon. I'm just like, you know, let some BJJ. Maybe you might have more fighting chance. You know,
I think you're dead, guy.
yeah, I think you're dead. Because I mean, how small do you think a wolf is?
it's pretty big.
Do you take on a sheep, maybe? You can beat up a sheep?
Beat up a sheep? I mean, not that I would want to.
I don't think the sheep would even fight.
No. I think she'd be like, just take me. Just take me away right now.
What about you, Connor? What about you?
What is the absolute max that you would think like, okay, I can survive this?
Catfish? Can I catfish?
Catfish?
Okay,
I mean, the
No,
fuck off big
actually,
ones.
I've seen videos of getting knocked out by catfish.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
jump out of the boat.
yeah, yeah.
I don't even know. I don't really think about
Well, yeah, I don't think about this either.
it. Maybe a very, there's some tiny monkeys. Very small monkey. Very small monkey, maybe. Yeah, it'd probably give me a good fucking fight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It'd be 3 rounds at least.
Of course, Connor says
It'd be monkey versus monkey, wouldn't it?
Some of the weaker genomes of
some of the
monkeys.
weaker ones. You know.
Species of monkeys.
Could you take on a chimp?
Fuck no. Chimps will murder you.
Yeah.
Okay, why are birds so fucking sassy? Like, why are they so fucking sassy? Like,
What do you like sassy?
they just have attitude. Like so many fucking. I've seen like.
They can fly. I mean, come on.
I would be sassy to
I
fucking
would be
fly.
an asshole. if I fly.
It's literally looking down. Yeah, it's like
But it's like, you know, like the birds of prey aren't the sassy ones. It's like the domesticated, the smaller the bird.
Like
It's
parrots, right?
Yeah, the
Smaller
parrots.
parrots, yeah.
Parrots are fucking sassy as fuck.
Oh,
My
yeah.
fucking god. Also, they freak me the fuck out because their voices. How do they do such an accurate like representation of like pretty much every sound?
Yeah, our family used to own a couple of like different species of parrot, like a cockatiel and like a lorikeet and stuff like that, and like
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
what?
Something I recommended yesterday that was parrot was key witness in murder trial. And a woman is convicted of killing husband. There's like 11 million views.
Well, what if the parrot's just like she did it?
Talking to parrot helped finger a killer. You heard right.
What?
Mark
Don't
Durham,
fucking
45-year-old
shoot
Mark
parrot
Durham was found shot to death at his home.
What? That's crazy.
His wife was also found between the dirt with a gunshot.
This parrot was like,
Cops
oh,
at
oh
first
my
thought
God.
they were both
That's
crime
okay.
victims.
I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, like, yeah, because like my parrot used to replicate like sounds that we would teach him. Like he would also just like pick up sounds through osmosis, right? Like I'll tell the story. But, like,
Osmosis.
No, you haven't.
oh, okay. So like we used to own this like cockatiel, which is like, you know what a cockatiel is?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like a
Sassy,
small-
sassy motherfuckers.
Yeah, sassy motherfuckers, right? But yeah, because they're parrots, so like they replicate a lot of things. So like we taught it to whistle the Addams Family theme song.
Yeah.
Right. So like we'd wake up in the morning and it'd just be whistling the Addams Family theme song, and everyone's like, oh, that's so cute. But then other times the sassiness would fucking pull through on this mofo, and he would replicate sounds that confuse the fuck out of us. So he perfected the sound of the microwave. not just like he would replicate the buttons like presses perfectly. So it'd be like beep beep beep. But then like you know when it's like finished and it goes like beep beep beep, it would replicate that perfectly so many times where like I'd be in the living room and I would hear that and I would walk into the living into the kitchen thinking that like someone was there. No one's there. I'm like, oh my god, it's a fucking ghost. And then I realized it's my fucking sassy bird. And also like it would replicate like the phone ringing and shit like that.
They're really smart.
They're really, really smart, and it would also replicate my mum saying good morning. So it'd be like, oh, yeah.
I'd love to be like, yeah, gun, yeah, gun.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I should have told it. It's like, if I ever get another lorikeet, I'm gonna teach you to go, yeah, just to see how well it can replicate that.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
I remember there's some like YouTube videos where people like mix it badly and they put beeps in it for some reason.
Yeah.
When I'm in the other room and I like other videos playing, I hear a beep. I'm like, what's happening in my kitchen? I hate people who use beeps, really loud beeps in their YouTube videos.
Yeah,
You shouldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought you were going to go a different direction with that conversation because I was going to talk about base boosted monsters Inc. memes.
How are you going to fucking transition to that?
I don't hear that.
Because you were talking about people putting sounds in like YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I get it. Like on a tangent, I still think the funniest thing, one of the funniest videos is just people who like take the base boosted monsters Inc. theme and throw it into like someone sleeping or something. Like to me, that is just peak comedy. I just wanted to bring back the monsters Inc. base boosted memes. That's all I wanted to say. Literally had nothing to do with the conversation. And I was playing
Your mind
5D.
is just thinking about base boosted monsters.
I was playing 5D chess, trying to like relate these two things.
You were
together.
playing 5D chess, we were playing checkers. Like, it's not even the same game.
Anyway, enough about animals. What have you guys been up to in the past week?
I bought a PC and it didn't work.
Oh yeah, I saw
yeah.
a Twitter thread on that. That's pretty sad.
So what happened with that?
So I was building it live, which was more stressful than last time. I think last time because we did it like 3 times. Rip, Garn, he went first. Joey went first.
Oh,
I went first, yeah.
Yeah, so doing it live was really annoying because I was actually reading chat when I just shouldn't have read chat.
Yeah.
Because chat kept saying yes or no.
Yeah,
I'd be like, is this the right thing to do? Half says yes, half says no.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't you already know? You've built.
Yeah,
you
just
have
orders
already,
to be the PC master.
yeah, you've already built a PC live on camera.
Yeah, I probably could have just done it, but I just kept getting confused. And when I get confused, I get nervous because I'm live. And I'm like, what if I do something wrong? And then everyone sees that I did it wrong. People are laughing. so I
that the whole
yeah, yeah. But I wasn't really worried when it's my turn doing it live because I'd already seen 2 people build it, so it was really easy.
Right.
Right.
But
Yeah, last time
I
should be
still
more
fucked
stressful because it was a speed run as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
but it was okay. It was okay.
yeah.
I still fucked some things up.
Right.
At the M.2, I had trouble with it.
That M.2, man.
Yeah, so I built this whole thing. I spent 5 hours doing it.
Jeez.
I fucked up and was wasting a lot of time doing a bunch
Yeah.
of other stuff, and I was preoccupied. So I finally built it for 5 hours, and it didn't turn on.
Damn. Did you find it
Why?
live?
Yeah, so it's working now. I have it. So the next day, I gave up. It was like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I tried to boot it, and it wasn't working. And so I was like, all right, fine. I'll give it a go tomorrow. I'll have a clear head. I'll try all the problems. I basically took it all apart and rebuilt it all again, going very carefully through it all. And the same error kept happening. And I was like, what? Like, I even took the CPU, I put it all back in, make sure I did all that right.
Right.
I just could not figure out what was happening. So it wouldn't go to the boot screen. It was a black screen.
Yeah.
Everything was whizzing and blowing and all that. I'm like, damn. So then I'm talking to Gigabyte, and I'm like, hey, what's happening? Why isn't it working? Everything is working. Why? What is happening?
Yeah.
And so essentially, because I got a new specification, it was a motherboard that is a DDR5 RAM motherboard.
Right.
Now, for those of you who don't know anything about PCs, basically every now and then they upgrade it and they're like, hey, why don't we just change the connectivity to fuck with everyone? And it does make it faster as well. But they changed the specification to buy specific things.
Yeah.
Now, this RAM slot that was called DDR5, I was like, oh, okay, I'll go on Amazon and buy DDR5 RAM. Well, apparently that's not what you're allowed to do with DDR5 because it's new. Motherboards have a set list of specific DDR5 RAM
Right,
that works
right.
with it. So not all RAM. So previously, I think DDR4, like all RAM basically worked with all DDR4. I think.
Yeah.
Right. I've never, mostly, nearly all of it. It was like,
Yeah,
like, you'd have to try real hard not to do it. So,
Yeah.
so then I was like, oh, okay, is that the issue? It must be. So I ordered this new RAM, plugged it in, worked perfectly.
Right.
So I wasted like 2 days. I was like a whole extra day trying to fix this thing for no reason.
Yeah, that's the thing about building PCs.
Sucks.
To me,
I'm never building another one.
yeah, to me, I feel like to me the hardest, to me the hardest part is actually selecting the parts, right? Because like building a PC, like we said, it's frustrating, but you can get through it. It's like Lego.
I
It's
use
easy
PC part picker as well.
Did you actually?
To check for compatibility issues. And it also
And
was
it was
like,
compatible.
yeah, it's all good. So it's all good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got made it.
Everything's good.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's things like that that's scary because I remember the first PC I built. The biggest thing that went wrong was that I had bought a motherboard that was not compatible with the CPU because I bought like an Intel CPU. So I was just like, okay, me being a PC building virgin, I bought the motherboard. I saw it was Intel compatible,
Yeah.
not knowing at the time that there are different types of CPUs and different types of chips.
That happened to me as well.
Yeah.
I had a motherboard as well. The cooler doesn't fit, but I just kind of shoved it in place, and it's kind of working.
That's scary.
It's working. It's working.
Was this the first PC you built in Japan or just the first one ever?
Third in Japan.
Oh, okay.
I built 4 PCs in my life.
How did you
Including mine.
Oh, Fan 5.
Yeah.
And you still somehow found a way to fuck it up.
Again, I went to PC Part Picker,
Yeah.
and it said it was okay. So I had faith in PC Part Picker because in the previous 4 times, I've never had an issue. But what happened was that the cooler they sent me was one that was a bit older, so it didn't include the adapter bracket to mount the CPU. But this thing had like sliders, so I kind of slid them in the middle, which you could tell that things didn't want to be, and then I screwed it on.
Right.
But it works. It all feels good. It all feels secure.
Did you call Chris?
I didn't.
Could've done it 15 minutes.
Everyone's like, call Chris. I'm like, what? So he can tell me how his McDonald's tastes.
Can you talk about his Mac?
Yeah,
It's
I
pretty
saw you
cool.
the live stream yesterday. You're just eating.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, Chris, like, this is not what I normally eat for breakfast. And I was like, what a lie. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah. Speaking of breakfast, so like since as you guys know, like I've been on like a little bit of a diet recently, you know, because gained a lot of weight when I went back to England.
I wouldn't exactly say recently. You've been on a diet
It's
for a
half a year
while
ago.
now. Yeah.
Because here's what happens, right? I go on a diet for like a month, have like a week holiday, either with the boys or with Sydney, pig out a bit, gain a bit more weight, so I'm still like I go back to the diet after I'm back. It's
It's like a healthy lifestyle. I don't think it's a diet. I used to eating healthy.
That's not a diet.
I mean I am eating healthy, but I am definitely taking in less calories than it would take to maintain weight. So I'm not like this isn't a speed run, but it's like a slow lose weight, gain a little bit back.
It's a slow run.
Yeah, it's a slow run. It's a slow run. And yeah, the reason is when I went back to England, literally in fucking September or something, I gained a fuck ton of weight because I ate like shit and I drank every day. And I think like it was the first time that I could physically feel my body had gained weight so much that I remember like I saw like a few comments of like the before and after like trash taste recordings after I came back trash taste recording. I think you can see that I definitely did. I wouldn't say like overweight or anything close to that, but you definitely see I did gain a little bit of weight. So I'm like working to since that one holiday, working to lose that weight. And now that I'm taking in lower calories every day, I'm doing things that I wouldn't normally do, like having breakfast. And because normally I
You're a functioning member of society.
yeah, I know, right?
Getting on his high horse.
Yeah.
I eat breakfast.
Yeah, so because like because I'm taking less calories, I've been getting hungry in the mornings, and so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's time to start being a normal person, like everyone else in society, and start having breakfast like people like to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Have you been enjoying it?
So yeah, so because
That doesn't sound like you're enjoying it.
I mean, it's not so much I'm enjoying it so much as I'm eating because my body craves something inside my stomach because
That's usually what hunger is.
Yeah, that is what hunger is.
I don't get hungry at all when I wake up.
No, me neither.
I never used to until I started having like salads and low calorie meals every day, and then I started getting hungry in the morning.
It's weird. I only feel hungry in the morning when I'm on a trip.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, I don't.
Actually, no, on a trip, even on a trip. No.
Really?
Except if it's McDonald's breakfast. That's the only breakfast I always got
I
time
know
for.
when I'm on
I always-
vacation, I'm like 4 meals a day sounds about right.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
let's just eat.
Yeah,
Let's just eat.
exactly.
Why stop?
I wake up at like 7 a.m. in a hotel room. I'm like, why am I so hungry?
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yeah, so like me and Cindy have been starting to eat like cereal, and I remember like as I've like added cereal to my diet. If you've been following my Twitter, you know what I'm about to say. But I remember like eating cereal one day, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm about to have a food take. and like,
Brace yourself!
brace
Here it
yourself,
goes!
brace yourself. I think I'm about to have an opinion, guys. And I realized I think cereal is better without milk.
Oh god, he said it. Oh, he said it.
And
I'm 50-50 on this.
said it.
I like it with and without.
and I remember just eating one day, and I just said it casually to Sydney, and she looked at me like I just murdered someone.
She just dropped the spoon.
She dropped the spoon in the milk.
Is that really that bad of a take?
Apparently it is.
I think Weetabix in the UK as a kid, I used to just eat those dry.
I think
I can understand that because when you put that in milk, it just turns into wet cardboard.
yeah, but like I think it's better without milk. I think that's what angers
It's
people.
my mood, you know. Some days I want because it's a fucking challenge having to eat cereal without milk.
It is.
It's like
Yeah. It's like you're eating Scooby snacks.
well,
That's
like a
what it is.
dental workout is insane.
But like I hate it when you pour the milk in, okay, and then the timer starts because
Just pour less than you
just
need.
pour less milk.
Let's pour less than I need.
How much milk are you putting in?
no, I'm putting in the normal amount of milk, but it's
Well,
You're not. Yeah, it's getting wet.
oh, it's getting soggy. I hate soggy
You
cereal.
should put a little bit in and then mix it, like force it through the milk. There's a
But I
technique.
also think that waters it down as well. You're having like cinnamon crunch or something, and then I want the cinnamon on the crunch. I want the crunch and the cinnamon together. But like you put the milk in.
Wouldn't put more milk water it down. Wouldn't put more milk water it
No,
down.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want any milk in there because I like the taste of cereal as it is.
But if you just put a little bit of milk, just to wet it.
Yeah,
Just to wet it.
it like brings out the flavor.
I literally put like the bare minimum milk if I do, and then I just keep like rinsing it through the milk.
Yeah, that's
Just
exactly what I
get
do.
it
So that by the time you finish it, you only have like a tiny pool of
Do you
milk.
think it tastes better with the milk in it though?
Well,
Yeah.
I just because most of the time when it's no milk, I'm like tired by the end of the evening. I'm like,
I mean, not that I really eat a lot of cereal anymore, but
Yeah.
yeah, every time I do feel like a cereal, like it's
I,
milk.
you know, I just is cereal that good for you? I just feel like cereal is like you don't need it that much.
Oh, it depends on the cereal.
Yeah, it depends on the cereal.
Like
So-
a bowl of Fruit Loops is going to be
Like
like
bran flakes,
fucking,
are
yeah.
good, right? I like bran flakes.
Yeah, bran flakes are
Then I bought this bran flakes in Japan, and they had like fruit in it. And so I was like, oh, okay, that sounds nice. It's got dried fruit.
Yeah, I like that.
And I look at the back of the package, I'm like, a normal serving contains 50 grams of sugar. What? What?
Yeah, that's
What are they putting in this?
I think that's why I stopped eating cereal. Not just because like I started to not get hungry in the mornings as I got
so
older.
bad for you.
But yeah, a lot of it is
Well,
like
it depends on the cereal. It depends on the cereal that you buy.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure, you know, if you're eating like a bowl of Wheat Bix, right? Then like,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously that's got a lot of, you know, health benefits. But also, I don't want to start my morning with wet cardboard in my mouth. You know, I just don't want to start my morning like that. I'm sorry.
Maybe you just hate Weetabix.
I do. I fucking hate
I
Wheat
feel
Bix.
like maybe there's just no saving. Like even like with milk or without milk, it just tastes like shit to you.
I'm going to be so non-Australian when I say this. I fucking hate Wheat Bix. It's like, and you know, people are like, yeah, just like, but you can just like add sugar or like yogurt or like, you know, other things into it. I'm like, well, then that kind of takes away from the health
Just
benefit.
give me the yogurt. Just,
Yeah, just I'll just eat a tub of yogurt. It's fine.
See, like for me, like cereal has always been even now as I see it, I've always felt that it feels like a snack, right? Because to me, people have told me that they can't get full having cereal without milk, and I'm just like, well, to me, it's like I'm not even that hungry in breakfast. You know, to me, like cereal's just like a quick snack. Before we get to lunch,
yeah.
the actual chat
In
meal
my
or whatever.
lifetime, I think I've eaten more cereal past 1 a.m. than I actually have in the morning. Like it is the most perfect midnight snack.
I really don't like eating cereal in the evenings.
Well, what about like late at night, like as a midnight
No,
snack?
I
'Cause
don't.
I've had it.
I always,
It's actually really good.
yeah, I always
I
eat cereal like
yeah,
at midnight.
I wish I liked it because then I feel like that opens a lot of possibilities for my midnight snacking options. Unfortunately, I don't.
What's your snack at midnight then? What's like your go-to midnight snack?
I try to avoid it obviously at all costs. But crisps stuff.
Yeah, but I mean,
What's wrong with that?
It's just the most British thing you've ever said.
I love crisps.
Like I should have seen this one coming.
Yeah.
I was like searching through the recesses of my mind to think, I know Connor, what would he say? And I'm like, of course it would be
I
crisps.
love crisps.
Yeah,
You eat that as a meal though.
No,
Sometimes.
For a snack.
I've seen you tweets. I've seen you eat Doritos as a meal. Don't lie to me.
Listen, if there's no other choice, there's no other choice. There's no other choice.
I don't know, man. There's always a choice.
I
That
don't feel
choice is not
good. I
Doritos.
don't feel good about it, but I do it. I do it.
Why?
They're good, but like I can't. No matter how full I get from eating just Doritos,
Yeah.
I can't. In my head, I can't process that as this is my meal.
Yeah, I do it, and it doesn't feel like a meal, but I'm just so full that it's like this will last till morning. So,
I mean, I'm sure it will.
and then I'm in a lot of pain, but it's really good. I like it.
I've been there. Don't worry. I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not a big cereal guy. I don't even like
Did
eating.
you eat it as a kid? Because I can't remember. Because I used to eat a lot as a kid, and I don't remember the exact point that I stopped eating cereal.
I swapped to toast when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Halfway through school, I must have decided that I prefer toast. So I'd eat 4 pieces of toast.
I think I had a very brief period from cereal to toast, and then it just very quickly went from toast to nothing.
But I feel like toast and cereal are in like the same category of not very good nutritional value, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad, but it's also not great.
Actually, you know, the moment I switched from toast to no breakfast was when I started having coffees in the morning.
Yeah, no tea for me too.
Yeah.
Like just having a piece of toast with a hot drink. Can't beat it.
Not even that for me. It was just like just replace the toast with a cup of coffee.
Wait, what? Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Like from like
I mean, I do that now.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
that now as well. But like from like I'd say for me maybe like 17, 18. I was just like, yeah, coffee. That's it. That's fine.
I would eat toast in Japan, but the bread's sucks. And the other place you get good bread from is like bakeries.
And they're stupidly expensive.
Yeah, it's like $50 for a slice of bread.
What like irks me about a lot about like the normal Japanese bread that they sell at supermarkets is just how fucking thick it is.
It's ridiculous.
It's like that. I'm like, it can barely fit in my fucking toaster.
Yeah,
Also,
that's true.
I'm not gonna lie, right? And this is gonna make me sound privileged as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking cut the bread. I want to just chuck that shit in the toaster. I've just woken up, right? I don't want to have to get the bread board out, the bread knife out. Oh, it's too thick. Oh, I've cut it badly. I just want the perfect slice. This is not a privilege thing. This is just.
This is absolutely a privilege thing. What are you on?
This is why they say the best invention since sliced bread.
Bread.
Yeah.
It's literally a human revolution, right? Don't you just want to just? Do you really
Was
want?
sliced bread really that revolutionary?
Right.
I want that,
Yeah.
well, like,
Yeah.
I want to know why.
Yes.
I've never
Yes.
thought about actually the history of that saying.
It literally
where-
takes 10 seconds, dude.
But it's not the act of cutting it. It's the cleaning up. I have to clean up a fucking bread board, a bread knife now, just for like one slice of bread. Like if I just have the sliced bread, I chuck that shit in.
What about if you just buy the loaf of bread, for example, the uncut loaf of bread,
No.
on that day, you slice it up preemptively, you put it back in the bag, and now you've got
No,
sliced
you can't
bread.
do that.
I did that.
No, that's fucked up.
I mean, I can't really
That's how you
relate.
like speed run it going bad.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought bread that's not been pre-sliced. Now that I think about it in my life.
See, at least
Wow,
like,
privilege.
Yeah, right.
Wow, privilege
They
showing.
call me privileged for slicing my bread. I've done the legwork. I've been in the trenches, slicing my own bread.
I've lived that life.
I've lived a life.
I'm beyond that now.
Like aside from like fucking baguettes or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never actually sliced my own like
Wow.
loaf of bread. Yeah, call me privileged. Call me privileged.
upper classism right here.
This is like the opposite of like people from England have never cooked like their own rice or something. Me, an Asian, I've never sliced my own bread before.
So like, there is a bakery near me that I really like.
Yeah.
The loaf of bread is $6, I think.
How big?
Half a standard size.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half a standard size. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's great. I just don't want to pay $6 for half my
I've
loaf.
had, yeah, because like,
And I have to cut it. Oh fuck! Right
oh
off.
fuck me. Yeah, like
For $6, I'm not fucking cutting that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I thought that as well, but then at my previous place, we lived right next to like this like really high-end bakery, and like a full loaf like this big was like $9 or something, which is like
Fucking audacity.
still expensive.
You're
But then,
audacity.
and I thought it was just like a scam, being like, oh, this is just
I
Japanese
went-
people.
it's-
Yeah, it's just Japanese people not knowing good bread. But then when I bought it and I had it, and I had to slice it myself. God forbid, I had to slice it myself, and yeah, I made toast with it. I'm like, okay, I can see why this is $9.
No, it was amazing. It was very good bread, but it was not. No.
I wouldn't pay $9 for that outside Japan. Is what I'm saying.
Why would you pay for it inside Japan?
Because every other fucking bread in Japan sucks.
Okay, sorry.
And it's like, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not fucking buying this every day. For me, this loaf of bread, this $9 loaf of bread, I would buy was like maybe like once every like couple of months.
How good was that like in terms of bread in general? This $9 bread compared to like
It
if
was,
you
it was fucking good. Like it was better than like any like supermarket bread I would buy in like Australia or like anywhere outside of Japan. So it was like,
I've had the same bread
yeah,
because I bought it.
it was good. It was really, really good. Like I was like, okay, this actually tastes
top
like
tier-
this is
top
actually
tier
some top
bread,
tier. Like this is like some A tier,
would.
maybe
Well,
C bread.
how does it compare to like say the bread in Europe? You know.
I think the bread that I had in France and Germany was better.
Well, yeah,
Oh, no,
obviously.
I'm asking how much better was it than this top tier $9 bread that we have brought in the
Like
Japanese
marginally, it got to that taste where it was good. Like it was very good.
Yeah.
Right.
But then the one in Germany or France will cost like €1.50.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
It's not
I mean,
even
yeah,
that.
opposite
Again,
with
$9
rice, right? If you're having rice in Europe, then obviously the one in Japan is going to taste better, just because, you know.
In the UK, it was like what, £1 for Warburton's? Was it Warburton's the toast bread? I love that toast
Yeah,
bread.
it is very good bread. God, that would be nice.
And even in the UK, like, when you buy the loaf bread at the supermarket, the one that isn't cut,
Yeah.
you can be like, can you cut it for me? I'll put
You
it
can
in
buy uncut bread at the supermarket.
Yeah. We have bakeries. We have bakeries in the supermarket.
Do you know what a bakery is?
There's a bakery, right? And then when you get your pastries, they also sell loaves of bread.
Yeah,
You
I've
can
seen
get it.
pastries. I've never seen a loaf of bread.
Yeah. And if you want the loaf of bread uncut, you can just buy
Who
it.
does that? Who asked for that?
A lot of people do. 'Cause a lot of people, they're making their own stuff, and it's not a big deal. They're cutting. They want it fresh.
Okay.
Because the moment you cut it, the time is ticking. It's always going bad, right?
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to cut the whole bread and put it back in, because then those slices that might have tasted a bit fresher 2-3 days are going to be rock solid.
Did you never put like your bread in the freezer?
What? No.
Because that's the way to make bread long lasting. That's what we used to do in Australia.
I'm sure if you frozen
Wait.
last longer as well.
What?
That's
What the fuck did you just say, Joey?
an American thing. We don't do that.
No, we do it
That's
in Australia as well.
That's fucked up.
We do it in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, right.
It's to preserve.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah, it's like-
20,000 degrees.
It's to make the bread last longer.
That's like putting ice in beer. You know, like that's the shit you just don't do. And like,
You gotta understand, like, the loaf of bread in the UK and in Europe is bought on the day, intended to all be used on that day.
Oh, okay.
It's not supposed to be. Obviously, you can have it a day.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal. But you don't freeze the bread.
Oh,
That's
because the Australian loaves of bread is like 20 fucking slices, right? So even a family can't go through it in like a day.
How big is this bread?
Like,
just buy a small.
Like this, like this.
yeah, no, it's like regular like this big, like 20 slices. So
It's
obviously,
20 slices?
yeah.
Does it taste as good?
I want an image of this. I
Oh,
want
yeah,
an
it's
image.
exactly
I need
the
an image of
same.
Australian bread.
Like, yeah, so when
I
you
don't believe this. It's like the big foot of bread. It's not real.
yeah, so like, you know, just make the bread last a little bit longer because you don't want to have fucking loaves of bread every day, right? Especially if you're living in like my household, which was kind of half rice, half bread, right? Yeah,
I'm not even bread
Well, it's
guy.
like the size of the UK one.
yeah, but they're way thinner.
Oh, they're medium.
Yeah, but like anyway, so like yeah, to make the bread last longer, we would use the slices we need to use on the day we buy it, and then we immediately go into the freezer because it lasts like an extra 2-3 weeks. And then if you want a slice of bread, you grab it. You know, obviously it's frozen because it's been in the freezer. You throw it into the toaster, instantly defrosted. Tastes just as
I'm
good.
not even the bread guy, and I would never put myself down to such savagery as putting bread in the freezer.
Well, I'm sorry, you higher privileged people could buy bread whenever you wanted. My family was saving money, all right?
Your family had financial advisors. Joe. What are you talking about?
And our financial advisor was like, freeze your bread.
You gotta change some things around here.
You want that in your apartment? You better freeze your goddamn bread, boy.
It's Asian mentality.
Yeah.
Put everything
In the freezer, last longer.
Save money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think this is bullshit. This is just your excuses for living like savages.
Yeah, we're Australian.
If it was something like that, we don't want the spiders to get it. Oh, okay.
Well, that too.
No, because we get bread bin.
No, because the bread bin would be fucking annihilated by the ants. What? Yeah. Because we're in Australia. You can't escape from the wildlife.
Yeah.
You leave the door open for 1 second too long, your house is fucked. Overridden by ants. in
The,
summer.
the one thing that makes me not proud to be Thai is one thing that they do, and I just said it, they put ice in their beer.
disgusting.
And
Yeah,
like,
that's
I mean, I see the logic because obviously it's like 30, 35 degree weather.
Yeah.
Beer's gonna get warm. Beer's gonna get warm a lot faster. But even me, I'm just like, no ice my beer, please. No, we're not gonna go
Is
down.
that like an option you can get at any restaurant?
They normally.
Or is that like a backyard thing?
No, by default. Okay, by default. In a lot of like restaurants, especially if it's open air, right? You order a beer, they take a cart out, they give you the beer, and they give you a glass, they put ice in it, and they pour the beer in the glass with ice. And you have to specifically ask in a lot of places for them not to do that.
Right.
I'm trying to hide the shit beer.
Yeah, is there anything worse than watered down Thai beer?
awful.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
awful.
what a nightmare.
I mean, you see, you do that with Chan beer, and it's just like this beer was already watered down, and you're watering it down even more.
beer flavored water. That one.
Sorry, Germans watching this.
Yeah, the Germans had a heart attack listening to that. Like, what?
But I've never put bread in the freezer. I'll say that. I'll say that we've never put bread in the freezer.
Hey, man.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying you should. I was just saying that's what we did. And I thought it was normal.
Is it like? Do you have to put like eggs in the fridge?
Yeah.
I can't remember where I heard it from. Where like if you have to put like some things in the fridge or some things are fine
It
to be left
depends
out.
on the country and how it's cleaned.
Right.
I believe in some places in Europe, they recommend you not to fridge the eggs. Can you Google this? If I recall correctly, I think we didn't keep our eggs in the fridge when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either.
But in Japan,
England-
you're supposed to keep the eggs in the fridge, or I don't think.
Yeah, you have to keep it in the fridge.
European countries say you do not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Really?
That's right. I don't. We had it in a cupboard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
And in America, I think they put it in the fridge. I don't know about Japan.
I don't know. As someone who was just born of like, just kind of, every time I went shopping with my mom and we buy eggs, the moment she'd like open the front door, she'd be like, eggs in the fridge now, quickly, get back.
Apparently, it's illegal to wash eggs in Europe, so like, we've got like stuff.
Illegal?
So you know, the fridge is actually gonna grow back to you.
What, the egg police are gonna fucking rock up to my door, be like,
I think it means for like transporting it and stuff.
Oh, right, I see.
not like that you go home.
Yeah.
Oh, what else is it? Open your fridge.
ABI.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we kept them in the cupboard. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, like bread we've never put in the fridge, eggs we've never put in the fridge, potatoes. I don't think we've
No,
ever put in
potatoes
the
were
fridge.
in the pantry.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Because I think if you put in the fridge, it grows sprouts, right?
I don't know.
Or something like that. I don't know. I know potatoes are not supposed to put in the fridge, and onions,
Yeah,
I think.
because I feel like rules different with every different country you go to. Because in Thailand, it's just like 90% of everything goes in the fridge because it's so much fucking hotter there.
Yeah, I guess it's hot. I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hot and humid is like not the best.
Well, that's the best temperature and conditions for bacteria, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
But like other things, you shouldn't, like chocolate, you're not supposed to put in the fridge. I know.
I like putting chocolate.
Wait, why?
I think it's because like if you put chocolate in the fridge, then it turns white, and that just means that like it's gone bad.
What? I've never
I
seen
like chocolate in
white.
the fridge.
This sounds like some bullshit. I love my chocolate. It's hard
Is it
to
not?
bite into.
Yeah.
White stuff is not then chocolate content, it's just some other stuff.
What's that? Some other stuff. I'm worried.
I
I don't know. Like,
I
I always
love
heard. Yeah, I always heard you shouldn't put chocolate in the fridge for too long. Or like you can't let it like sit in the fridge. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
It's either sugar or fat, but it's not the chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely prefer my chocolate in the fridge. Okay, there's two like states of chocolate that are like my favorite. One is just like in the fridge, it's hard, you get a nice crunchy bite out of it. And the second stage, where it's like cheaper chocolate. It's like when it's perfectly room temperature but not melted.
If like when you put it in your mouth, it easily melts.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
you put it in your mouth and it doesn't like it doesn't melt, but it just like dissolves in your
Right,
mouth.
right,
That's like my second
I don't
favorite
like
stage
that.
of chocolate.
No, it's all over your gums. Like,
But you don't even need to chew at that point. You just put it in your mouth and it just like
I
disintegrates.
don't want it to do
It's
that.
like a meat,
I
what is it?
like when it's cold, you can like chew into it, it like snaps apart and breaks into nice chocolate bites. I like that.
I don't like that too much because I've had some instances where I'm like, what's gonna break first, the chocolate or my teeth? I don't want to find
Yeah,
out.
there are some chocolates that are like way too hard
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, there are some. Like caramel bars I've never put in the fridge.
Oh my god,
Because if you put hard caramel in the fridge,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
my teeth,
it's just literally jaw breaking.
You're just eating rocks at that point. Yeah.
What about ice cream? Do you like your ice cream like hard or like soft serve? Do you like biting into your ice cream?
Hard?
Yeah, like lollies. Like do you like
That's not ice cream, though.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
I guess
that's a nice one.
Your ice cream hard or soft?
well, you've had like feasts, right? Where it's like an ice cream on you know feast where it's like got like a chocolate in the middle and it's like an ice cream around it.
Oh, you mean like that's more of a that's not so much ice cream though. It's more like a ice cream bar, I'd say. Like it's more of a it's got like a layer around it.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people they cannot take like they cannot chew on like cold things or like really cold
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
frozen
yeah.
things at all.
I can't.
Yeah, can you not?
Nope.
I love it too much. Where if like I start chewing on ice.
Yeah, I always hear you'll be talking to someone, you're like, and you're just looking,
I'm that guy.
Gone looking at you, just staring off to the distance, like doing crunching. Like, it's
I
like,
love crunching on ice.
It's the best texture. I love it. I don't know why. It's not good for my teeth at all.
No.
I've been told by my dentist and pretty much everyone around me to like not do that. But like there will be times where I'm like I literally have to like consciously not put ices in my drinks now because I do it so much that everyone's advised me to not do it.
Is that the real reason why you don't put ice in your beer?
yeah.
Like I don't want to this ice, man. Fuck the beer.
You're in a social situation where you're like drinking a drink, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna take this ice, I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
But the cube's a little too big. And your mouth's really cold, but it's in your mouth, right? And it's in there, it's on your cheeks, your thing is freezing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have that moment where you're like, you're talking to someone, you don't want to look like a weirdo. You're like,
Yeah.
if I bite into this, it's gonna look weird. But if I swallow this, I might choke and look weird. So what do? I need to reply in 10 seconds when they stop speaking. Do I spit the ice back in the drink and look like a fucking weirdo? Because if I go, so you were saying, have you been in that situation?
Yeah, many times.
And I'm like, my go-to option is normally like, just pray that you can swallow this without dying. Just pray.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
my option is to just start crunching on that shit.
I mean,
That's
I,
the least weird one.
Yeah, that is the least weird
I've
one.
never had an issue because I'm like constantly crunching.
I
Yeah,
can't,
anyway.
I can't crunch it. I'm always definitely worried that there's gonna think I'm a fucking weirdo when I spit it back in. But
Yeah,
I can't
no,
swallow
yeah.
it. Because if you spit it back in, they'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, spitting it back in, I think is the worst
But my
one.
teeth can't bite into
But I
it.
also don't want to be that guy who's like,
Yeah, frustrated. So I've been in a situation before
Teeth throwing an ice
where I'm
cream.
like, all right, boys, here we go. This might be it. I might be dead.
Wait, how many ice cubes have you swallowed in your life? Like uncountable
Over
amounts?
10.
damn, that's a lot.
Like normally I would just try and like
Go to
move,
PB.
kind of try and move it around to get it to a swallowable size.
Right.
Or
Melt
maybe,
it as fast as you
or maybe
can.
just get it so that it doesn't have harsh edges.
Wait, you swallowed ice cubes with hard edges?
Yeah, like where they're like full cubes.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
Yeah.
I would not.
I would be so terrified.
Normally the technique, but the problem is that this is where the technique fails. Is that I'm normally doing this after I've drank it, so now I can't use water to assist it flowing when I swallow.
Right.
So I have to just swallow a dry ice cube.
Yeah, I was saying that like you just like take a swig of water or something that will like that will like help
you're
melt it a bit.
No. I just swallow it, and yeah, one time I think I had a really big scare. One time 'cause it got stuck, but I remember I had to play it cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to make them do a Heimlich maneuver on me. So I would just kind of keep trying to swallow it before I take a breath, and then eventually it went down, and oh my god, my esophagus was in so much fucking pain.
Yeah.
And by the way, never risk your life for a bit of social awkwardness. I should have spat it out, but yeah, it was terrifying.
Just chewing it like a.
I could feel it because it was so big.
Yeah.
I could feel it going down and then getting stuck a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
And then waiting, and then obviously it was because my body's really warm, so it would slowly like
You
dissolve.
just gave your esophagus like freeze burn.
Fuck, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurt so much.
Yeah, no shit.
Don't do that. The lengths that a British person will go to not be awkward in the social
Just
circumstances.
spit it out at that point, man. Just spit it out.
You know what?
To me, I was playing like the most important game. of social
You know what I will say? If I didn't love chewing on ice so much, I would probably do the same thing.
I
in
don't
that
want to. I would
situation.
rather potentially risk having a choking incident as opposed to having 10 seconds of social awkward interaction.
Yeah.
That's what
Really?
Yeah, that's the British in me. We just can't. We can't do it.
I don't know, man. Like, just like, yeah, it's
just
gonna be
can't.
like, yeah, it's gonna be fucking weird, you know, like spitting your ice back in your
can't.
drink or whatever. But like, it's like, I don't know. How many situations can you think of where you've say been to dinner with a person, right?
What's the first date, right? First date with
Yeah,
someone.
first date, for example, right? If you're on a first date with someone, right? How many times have you gone to a restaurant with, say, a lady, right? And she's gone, anyway, yeah, and then at that point your head's like, no. Like,
I mean,
yeah,
I'd probably be like,
when is spitting ice back in your glass the game changer?
I'm not gonna lie. It's one of probably the least attractive things you can do. It looks very unattractive. Don't you think so? Someone just.
I think so. I think something that's less
Okay,
attractive
okay.
is you choking on an
No,
ice
no,
cream.
no, no, on a date. That's a good. That's a good show.
Okay, no, I wouldn't. I've actually been in this situation before, actually. Not like, and I haven't swallowed it. I just remembered, right?
On a date, they want to know that you swallow. And you're willing to show. I want to
Oh my God,
They didn't even notice it. They didn't even know that you just swallowed an ice cream.
They could see my fucking Adam's apple enlarging 3 times. I'm like, I do it. I'm like, My chest is like.
No, it's the tissue technique, right? It's the tissue technique.
No,
Because-
because not for a big ice cube. They're gonna stick a tissue on the table.
No,
It's
no, no,
gonna be a
you
big.
don't put it
fucking-
back on the table. You go for the tissue. You pretend you're just wiping your mouth or whatever. You just like.
You gotta be subtle about it. You gotta be subtle because now they're gonna think, oh, this guy just choked out a massive loogie in front of me.
This ice cube. This ice cube.
What are you talking? When you like exude when you take out an ice cube out of your mouth, you don't go.
No. God, this was like a maybe a.
How big are the ice cube?
This is like a 4 centimeter cubes, 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 centimeters. Let's say.
That's a big fucking ice cube.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
Okay.
That's
No.
what I'm
If
talking
it's
about,
that size, I never take the risk of like
See,
putting it in my mouth.
I'm not putting my mouth.
I was dumb. I don't know why I did it.
Because like at that point, you probably would have hardly even drank your drink, right?
I'm the
Because
speed. I'm the speed. It's like gone. Like let's say it's a banging cocktail. Yeah, like it's an absolute winner. I love the cocktail so much. Or maybe I'm like I want to try some more. So I drink it all, and the ice cube is still fully formed.
Because like at that point, like the ice cube just doesn't feel nice.
Walk through it, walk through
Like if you can feel the edges on the ice cube, it doesn't feel nice in your mouth.
I thought when you say when you swallow ice cubes, I thought you were talking about like, you know, when you buy like a drink at like McDonald's or something. Are you swallowing whiskey rocks?
No, it was like I can't remember which one it was.
Like you're literally swallowing like whiskey like ice
It was like a full-on formed ice cube. Like it was a nice ice cube. That's why I wanted to put it in my mouth because I remember I was like I've been training for a while. I was like 19. I was think I was fancy. Probably I don't remember the exact scenario. I remember the specific scenario. The reason why I was so committed to potentially dying to avoid social awkwardness was because it was a first date and I was very nervous and she was very attractive. I really wanted this to go well.
And so you're like, I'm gonna eat this ice cube.
And so for some reason, I think the 19-year-old like was tapping into like the 15, 12-year-old me that was like, that ice cube looks real good. Because you know sometimes you see an ice cube and you just put it in your mouth because you're dumb and you're a kid and you want to.
Of course.
Now I have no desire.
It really depends. Okay, it really depends. As someone who has eaten a lot of fucking ice cubes in my life, as the ice cube connoisseur here, like there's so many different factors, right? Because sometimes it's big, but like for some reason it's like hollow inside, right? So you can make a good crunch out of it. Sometimes it's just like completely solid. It's just like a solid block of ice, and there is no biting down on that unless it's at least a little bit melted. That's all. And at that point, it's going to take at least like 1 or 2 minutes, regardless of the social
I
situation.
started doing like the grinding technique. It's all over my thing. I'm like, I take one bite and I'm like, okay, this isn't a hollow one. All right, switch to space to grinding technique.
I remember it was quite a hefty boy. It was a weighty boy. Hence why again I wanted to put it in my mouth. It looked too good not to allow it to go to waste. So I had to.
Of course,
No, for me it's the opposite. For me, if it's like perfectly, the edges are like perfectly rounded. That's peak ice. That's peak ice to put in your mouth. That is peak ice to put in your mouth because you know you'll crush straight away.
Like the giant balls.
Yeah.
The whiskey. I was like,
No joke. Every time I get like recommended a video of like one of the waiters like shaving ice,
Yeah.
it's like the most satisfying experience in my life. Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
I need to say I don't want to put it in my mouth because I don't want to die. I've learned my lesson. I'm not fun with that. It was
Also, like clear ice, superior ice. Superior ice to like the fucking frosted ice that you get where it's like clear outside and frosted in the middle. That's trash tier ice. Get that out of it.
This is just like level 1 bartending, right?
No, I mean just like
I think
to chew on.
Oh, to chew on, yeah.
Sorry, this is like my fucking 5-year-old.
This is like my favorite crayons taste. Like that whole conversation. It's like I like the maroon one.
I like cherry red because it's got the word cherry.
Do you prefer cube ice or how do you feel about
I don't give a shit.
No, because I know a lot of people who fucking hate crushed ice.
Oh yeah, okay. Actually, I do hate
I really like crushed ice.
I like crushed ice.
Yeah.
Why did you?
It's like a slushy.
You get like, okay, so everyone knows my soda take, right? Where I like it.
that's the wrong one.
I like it where you take a little bit of the fizz out, and like to me, like crushed ice has more of a surface area to just make soda like the perfect texture, and the perfect flavor.
You drink it without a straw, right?
Yeah.
No, it's great because if you drink it without a straw, then you get a lot of crushed ice and you can chew on it. It's perfect. You get the best of both worlds.
This is like you're like, oh, I don't mind bring extra colours in the crown package.
This one's the draw, this one's the eat.
I don't want to taste the ice fucking slush in my mouth. I want to taste the drink being cold. This is why we go to Denny's in Japan. I hate the fucking ice machine. The ice is always the shittiest like shaved ice. And you drink it and you just get a mouthful of shaved ice and you got to do that technique where you're like,
I'll put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
I like it when it's like at the bottom of the glass and then you do this and then
Oh my
it's
God.
like,
It's the last little bit where you get it's basically just shaved ice. It's a little bit more.
It stays at the top.
I mean, you gotta like drink it. You gotta. I mean, it depends because you've hung out with me, so you've seen how much shaved ice. You've seen how much shaved ice I put into there. The minimum amount of shaved ice I put into a cup, if I have the choice, is half the cup. That's the minimum for me.
This is why when Don goes to the movie theater, he's like, wow, look how much value I'm getting. I've drank 4 drinks today. It's like, no, Don, you've drank
this man buys Lay's chips and goes like,
to me, the saddest sight I've ever seen in my life, right, is when you go to like a shaved ice machine and people put like a bit in, like a tiny bit, like 5% of the fucking cup.
I do like 1%.
And then you fill that with the soda, right? I'd rather people put no because you fill that with the soda. The saddest fucking sight is just seeing like 1 or 2 bits of ice just like floating around in the soda. Like that's doing nothing. It's literally doing nothing. Why would you put ice in if that's all the ice you're gonna put in?
I'm not even gonna cap. I've never given a shit. I've never been like seething rage, being like, God damn it.
Because you can't even chew on the ice. That's why. That's why.
Doesn't matter, it's probably gonna fucking melt.
I'm
That's the point,
going to
right?
predict Don's next take. He thinks that soup should be exclusively eaten with straws.
No, I don't think
It's
that.
just a drink, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he's like, oh, it's a drink. It's less messy.
And curry's a drink.
What time take you out next?
I don't know. I'm collecting them right now. Just give me more food taste.
Infinity stones of shit taste. Christ.
Shit taste can be whatever I want them to be.
I think it's only a Southeast Asian thing, right? Where you buy a soda at like a stand or something. I don't know if I've told this story before, but you buy soda at a stand or something, and then they will serve it to you in a plastic bag. Is that Southeast? Is that yes?
Yes.
Can they not afford plastic containers, or is this like an artistic choice? Like,
I don't know why it is, right? But so I remember the first time, like
that's as weird as bag.
I remember the first time because I thought this was a normal thing, right? Because when I was a kid, I'd go to like a Thailand every year, and especially hot day, you go to a stand, you order a soft drink, and what happens is they will have a glass bottle, and then they will like that. So what happens is they will have a glass bottle of whatever soda you order, they'll uncap it, and then they'll take a plastic bag out, just like put in a fuck ton of ice in the bag, and just pour the soda into the bag, and then give it to you.
Doesn't sound that bad.
That's actually kinda cool.
Like a comically large straw.
Just give you a straw.
They give you like a twirly straw.
So like what happens? Like, let's say you're like, well, fuck, there's a lot of soda. How much are we talking? Like normal can, doing milk.
Yeah, like a normal.
Like, let's say you're halfway through the can. You're like, oh sheesh, I want to just put it down for a second.
You put it down. It's like, oh, let me hang on my drink.
Do I have to find a hanger? Like, how do I put it
Yeah,
down?
so a lot of restaurants will have these little hangers
No.
on like the table or something.
That's
Where
kinda
you you can just hang
below the table.
You can just hang the soda on.
Yeah, so like if you want to be like, excuse me. Anyway.
Yeah, like taxi drivers and lorry drivers in Singapore would have like
Wait,
Yeah, that's true. I completely forgot about that. They got the hooks as well.
Okay, question. Because we're talking about chewing on ice.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you chew the ice from a
Oh,
plastic
he
bag?
shovels it with his hands.
You just like grab it with your hand? Because you can't fucking do this, right?
So when you've done drinking, so you take the plastic and actually just take one by one and just like, and like.
Yeah. Or you take the straw and you just like you scoop a little bit up.
Also, are
That's-
these like brand new plastic bags, or are these like reused from the guys grocery shopping? Like,
I don't know, like you can buy like you can
oh,
buy.
so you get the Aldi bag, bro? I'm using little, bro.
I've never really thought about that until.
I want to know like how clean that
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
is.
I'd be very concerned if he just whips out like some crushed one from somewhere. I'm like,
That's part of Southeast Asian culture that we don't normally talk about. I realize
Yeah.
It's a drink.
yeah, it's I like.
Surely the
I know this is complete nostalgia talking, but I like the way.
Oh, yeah,
surely
okay.
the amount of plastic in a bag is enough to make like one cup, right? No,
What do you mean?
Like, surely you can make a cup from one bag.
It's
of
like thinner.
plastic.
It's like thinner, right?
Yeah, but plastic bags are
What I want to know is why do they not just give you the bottle?
Yeah, why not? Because you're the ice.
Why do they have to
The ice.
grab the bottle and empty it into a bag? Why can't they just give you the bottle?
I believe because they just recycle the bottles.
Oh, okay.
So they send them back off. I
Yeah.
believe that's
Hope so.
that's.
You can get a lot of drinks in Southeast Asia. They come like a tub. So yeah, they scoop it out into.
But surely, like the plastic, the plastic used in all those plastic bags, you could just convert into one cup. There's a lot of plastic in one plastic bag.
Yeah.
as the turtles well know.
Yeah.
Oh no, like I don't think a lot of Southeast Asian countries at the moment have much awareness about plastic and trying to reduce the amount of plastic. I remember.
I'm just genuinely curious, like
Yeah.
why it was
I just
decided
I just
bags.
genuinely think that that's just like how it's been. Like some dude was just one day was just like, what if we put it in
Yeah,
a
I mean,
plastic bag?
I know where the plastic bag.
That's gonna be hilarious, and then it's spread.
I could be showing my ignorance with that, but I'm just like, surely there's a better way.
I'm sure there is. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
there is.
Obviously, we're very wasteful with our cups and stuff. We line Starbucks cups like wax and shit.
Maybe
throw
they just,
away,
I don't know,
fuck.
maybe they just don't give a shit. It's like,
Maybe.
I just want my drink. I don't care what it's in.
I guess. I mean, I would be like, fine, well,
Or maybe, maybe they are thinking it in a recycling manner, where like after they finish the drink, they'll be like, all right, off to the supermarket.
just like what, fold it inside out.
Yeah, it's fucking, all right, brand new. I got my groceries.
So like, all right, so you have a car, right?
Yeah.
The couple is just useless. It's
Huh?
like, or is it
We
just
don't
like,
use. Okay, so yeah, you just hang it up on like the what's the thing that you.
bro, God forbid
hang
you get a bump in that car and you go,
You just coke all over
you just go like a patchy pit, your fucking coke is coming out. Fuck's sake, I'm not gonna tug it up.
Should double that shit.
Just ordered your fucking triple latte from Starbucks and you're going up the mountain road. It's like, oh Jesus Christ!
Well, no, what's the worst is like, what if you're, just walking along and then you happen to like nick onto something and then there's a tear in the bag and your
Well,
coke is
then
just spilling
yeah,
out.
then you're just fucked. that has happened before. You're
I
just
just
fucked.
It's just something about a cup. I think we got it right a few thousand years ago.
Yeah.
I think we got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cups were invented for a
I
reason.
think the cup was pretty damn good. I don't want to sound like an asshole. I'm not trying to like be like your culture.
I'm not saying it's the next best thing after sliced bread or anything, but like it's, it's pretty good.
So the cup came before the wheel. Like that was we had a good right
Yeah.
there.
Nice. The cylindrical can, right? That was the best invention, right? I've seen that YouTube video. I think everyone's. I've seen that
Over
YouTube
like
video.
13 million views.
Yeah.
Yeah, going. It's a pretty new invention actually. It's not the pressure design. I'll tell you.
We gotta watch YouTube.
Yes. Speaking of YouTube,
You're so British.
speaking of YouTube, I've been watching a few more YouTube shorts recently. Even though, I know, like every time I go on like a YouTube shorts binge, it's like bad for my health. You know, like
Yeah.
it's to me watching YouTube shorts or watching TikToks is the equivalent of eating McDonald's or eating fast food, right? Like I know I shouldn't do it, but sometimes just lying in bed and you just scroll through and you're like,
You just want that quick meal.
and you're like, fuck, 30 minutes have passed and I've like consumed nothing. So like I fell down to this hole of like life advice YouTube or like life hack YouTube shorts.
I've been
Right.
here, yeah.
And it's just like remember before where we went through that life hack phase of like BuzzFeed videos where like the hack isn't actually a hack.
Yeah.
So I thought that died out, but apparently that just went to fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
Right. Because like I remember I saw like a few like career hacks of things you can do in like to help you increase your chances of getting a job interview. Right. And there's
I
this,
think I saw that.
and there's this TikTok of like this is how it goes. The job interviewer offers you a glass of
Oh,
water.
I saw the same thing yesterday. The black guy, right?
Yeah, so the job interviewer offers you a glass of water, and then you take the water, and that's the hack. Because the hack is, if you take the glass of water when it's offered to you, they ask you a difficult question, and you just go. Well, you see, the thing is, and the hack was because you have a glass of water, it gives you more time to think about the answer, and that was the hack, and I was just like losing my mind. That you could call this career advice or a fucking life hack.
300,000 likes, and I'm like, who?
This feels like the only time I ever see people take a sip of water without answering the question is like the criminal trials. Like when Mark Zuckerberg was being questioned by the Senate. Every single question he'd be asking.
Yeah, he was using life hack, but he was thinking about those answers,
But
right?
I'm saying you don't look like a criminal unless you question. You don't need to go.
I'm just like, I feel like a more like logical thing would be like, can I just take a bit of time to think about this answer? So,
Yeah.
like,
No, because you gotta seem
I'd be
confident.
like, that is a fantastic question.
Yeah.
Think of the way to appropriately answer.
No, what if you combine it, right? Yeah. You gotta combine it with water. That's fantastic.
what if the water doesn't give you enough time? Are you just like downing an entire fucking jug of water? You're sitting there for like 10 minutes just going.
They're like, gone. What's your
Like, it's water.
like, gone. Your favorite food is? Oh, shit.
Or what if you're just like, you get off of the water, right? And you're just like really thirsty, and then you get to that really difficult question, you're just like, shit. Like, what do I do now? The TikTok never told me.
Sir, you've gone through 3 liters of water during this interview. Are you feeling okay?
I would say like 99% of life hacks or some shit, I just immediately forget and never remember and will never ever practically use.
Yeah. I've seen so many of them.
Especially when it comes to like fucking
Survival.
these kinds of like hacks or like advice you see on TikToks. Like I don't know if we've ever talked about this on podcast. I think we've only talked about it in private, but like the fucking Shaq financial advice, which is an entire genre, which is an entire genre of video on TikTok and YouTube Shorts now, where it's just like Shaq motivational like life advice, and half of it is just like taking a paycheck and apparently just ripping it in half.
Like, Shaq, what's the difference between being rich and being wealthy? It's like, when you're rich, you do this. When the wealthy do this. 1 million likes on
I'm
YouTube
like, thank you,
Shorts.
Shaq. I am no longer poor now.
I will say,
poverty.
Shaq is a very nice guy. He's
He is a very nice guy.
But the financial advice, the problem is a lot of these financial advices on like TikTok and YouTube, and again, I think Shaq is somewhat guilty of this. It assumes you're even making enough money to save. Like most people aren't able to save money.
Exactly.
Like, we're fucked right now. Like, most people spend all their paycheck. That's how it is. How do you then go to them and be like, you're just not saving enough. You're just not saving enough. That rent, maybe you can get rid of.
Yeah,
it.
who's living on minimum wage and being like, oh, I didn't do this.
Are there people who spend irresponsibly? Hell yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Is that the reason why everyone isn't rich? No.
And
no.
it was just so weird falling into this hole of just like, you see these TikTok with like made up scenarios where the perfect life hack for that scenario will pop up.
It's always the same. It's one guy is in this part of the frame. He's like, so you want this, and another guy in the other frame, probably with glasses.
Yeah.
No. That's not how you do it. It's literally always like that, with the worst acting and the worst script, and then it's like 20 million views. And I'm like, I'm quitting my job. I'm terrible at my job.
And it's just like an entire fucking genre that just takes place in the Darman universe. You know, it's just like the extended Darman universe where everything just works out because I drank water in my fucking job interview. Like
DCU. the Darman Cinematic Universe. Oh, wait, the one that also just like that I've been getting a lot recently off YouTube Shorts is the ones where they take like there's like 5-minute crafts like bullshit like life hacks, and then there's always some like dude who's like, I'm gonna find out if this is actually legitimate or not, and then they do it, and then they try it themselves and like, okay, it was legitimate. Like for more.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
Okay.
I've seen so many of those, like so many times where it's like, oh, if you you get a black marker and you draw it on your hand and then you take a picture of it on flash, and then it apparently zaps you, or some shit like that. And it's always some guy being like, no, it's not. Fact or cap. All right, let's try to figure it out.
My new favorite shorts or TikTok category is the TikToks that need way more explanation as to what's going on, but the person doing the video does not offer any explanation as to why they're doing the thing they're doing.
Like what?
There was one time I watched this TikTok and it was a guy who was like, so here's how I made a case to carry my iPad phone, and then he makes the case, and me and all the other comments were like, why do you have an iPad phone? Like,
I think I've seen that one.
They have like a long case. Yeah. And he made this video just explaining how he made a case for his iPad farm, and I was like, the whole time, like, why did you have an iPad farm?
No. He makes this iPad farm to test out if he can make enough passive income.
That's it. Yeah,
to justify making an iPad farm. And like me, like there are so many layers to this TikTok that I just want answers to.
Yeah, I'm like, question, how are you making this money first of all?
Yeah, like what passive income revenue are you doing?
What is this app you're using?
Yeah, like
Run like Spotify farms, like have like tons and tons of phones and play the same song like on loop.
Oh, wow.
And then they like get revenue from it.
Oh, shit.
But obviously like you use a lot of electricity, so it's kind of I know there's something like that. But yeah, I mean, again, there's so many of these where they're like, we're gonna do this thing, where they're like, or you felt like you just came into like the 90th episode of the show, and you're like, what is happening? And the people making the videos don't think that like anyone might need context or something.
Yeah.
Like, just one line.
because like I know exactly what you mean, because they'll always start off the video with just like, last time I made like a dildo that could fly or something like that, and you guys have been asking me to make this, so I'm going to make it. I'm just like, what?
I got so many comments saying that you should make it hover.
I'm like, what have I missed in the fucking lore of this? You know, like how far back do I go? And the thing is, like, it's impossible to like try to like triangulate this when you click on their channel or something, right? Because it's just like it's not always in chronological order either. I don't know. Yeah, YouTube Shorts is like there's so many different like holes you can slip down into YouTube Shorts and fucking TikTok.
And it's like insane as well because like especially the YouTube Shorts, because I don't really use TikTok, but like with YouTube Shorts, it knows exactly what to recommend you next because it's like, oh, you spent 1 extra second on this one fucking Shaq motivational TikTok. That must mean you want 20 more.
Yeah, that's why like sometimes I'm like, if I watch a video that's shit for too long, I'm like, fuck. Now the algorithm thinks I like this video, and like the next 10 videos will be something to do with that. I'm like, fuck.
I wish there was some way to just tell YouTube I didn't like the video that they sent me, but unfortunately they removed the dislike.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of TikToks of YouTube Shorts that I watch, and I'm like, I hated this video. I want to let them know I hated it without being an asshole. But I can't now, so I just have to. And I've given them my watch time. So for all YouTube knows, that was the best experience of my life.
The one that made me fall down the rabbit hole for YouTube Shorts for me is I saw this one YouTube short of the founder of 2chan because he has like a live streaming thing, and he like he's called Kiboyuki, but like he's very because he's the creator of 2chan.
Yeah,
he's a bit based in his opinions.
Okay.
Gamer, like very controversial opinions, right? Like
He's based in a negative.
Yeah,
based in a negative term. And I just watched one because I couldn't fucking believe the answer. And now my YouTube Shorts are just this Japanese dude saying a lot of racist and controversial shit. And I was like, I didn't watch this because I liked it. I watched it because I was trying to process what the fuck this guy was talking
That's
about.
been a lot of criticism of YouTube, Facebook, and all these platforms.
Exactly.
They push you to the more fringes of the content, and yeah, I mean that's one of the parts that's not so good.
Yeah.
I think one of the weirdest ones one of the weirdest genres I've seen that's popped up recently is we've got to the point where YouTube Shorts are now commentating on YouTubers.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Where you'll be like, Ludwig just did this last week. You won't believe what he did. And I'm just like,
This is like Sykuna doesn't take sponsorship.
yeah, right.
I was like, all right, cool. I guess like
It's like Mr. Beast just sent chocolate bars to every influencer you know.
it's like newsflash.
I don't know. It's just so weird.
It's so weird.
It's just so weird seeing all these like new genres and new types of content pop up on I guess like a new type of platform and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't understand it at all.
do you think YouTube's gonna stick around? Do you think it's gonna get to a point where
I mean, TikTok's stuck around, so yeah.
That's what it is. But at the end of the day, the long form content is still very valuable, and that's what makes money.
Of course, yeah. Until TikTok find a way to properly monetize that platform without paying their creators way less than what they deserve, then yeah, I think long form content will be king for now.
That's us.
That's us. That's
the show. That's the show.
We have zero bias whatsoever. There's absolutely zero bias.
Ridiculously long videos to
We
YouTube.
only upload 6 hours of content a week.
But hey, that's just a theory, a trash theory.
You can do the fucking action.
Well, look at these patrons. Wow.
Look at all these Patreons.
Wonderful patrons.
They all do this. I'm sure.
Do you do this? Do you drink water? Do you ask for water?
Do you drink water?
Do you ask for water during your job
No,
interviews?
I don't believe in it.
Do the thing, Joe. Do the
All
thing.
right. Well, hey, if you'd like to support longer form content like Trash Taste, then consider going to Patreon, patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter. Send us memes to the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. But yeah. What was this episode?
I have no fucking clue.
We
Well,
went
like
through so much
if we're ever like in the job interview and we're like interviewers, you know,
Give me 2 liter jug.
if they ask for water, I'm gonna say no. We're like,
a real chat
we don't take things easy here at Trash Taste. Are you a real Sigma?
I'm doing job interview hard mode. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, bye.
See ya.
I cannot leave this place. Hear me now, a strain of song in the forest. Don't ask me to follow where you lead. A young man walked through the forest with a flowering coat of green. His love had hair like fire, her eyes an emerald sheen. She wrapped herself in beauty, so young and so serene. He stood there under the willow, and he gave her the yellow bloom. Girl, my heart you've captured. Oh, I would be your groom. She said she'd wed him never, not near nor far nor soon. See me now, a ray of light in the moon dance. See me now, I cannot leave this place. Hear me now, a strain of song in the forest. Don't ask me to follow where you lead. Hey, 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 hey. A young man walked through the forest with an axe sharp as a knife. I'll take the green eyed fairy, and she shall be my wife. With her I'll raise my children, with her I'll live my life. The maiden wept when she heard him, when he said he'd set her free. He took his axe and used it to bring down her ancient tree. Now your willow's fallen, now you belong to me. See me now, a ray of light in the moon dance. See me now, I cannot leave this place. Hear me now, a ray of light in the moon dance. Don't ask me to follow where you lead. She followed him out the forest and collapsed upon the earth. Her feet had walked but a distance from the green land of her birth. She faded into a flower that would bloom for one bright eve. He could not take from the forest what was never meant to leave. but you. No one but you. All the world is still. My love is lying joy on painted wings. Sail the horizon bound with me. Let our love forever be. Let it all go round and I love every hour, every star, every sea, and everything surrounding you and me. Be the wind around me when the rain falls down. We'll watch as the storm turns round and round. Watch as it turns around. Hey, 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 round and round, hey, round and hey, hey, round and round. Watch as they turn around. Hey, 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 round, hey, 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 round, watch as they turn around. Watch as they turn around. 하나の上に眠る子鳥花の上に眠る子鳥の夢にだに今宵の雨は知らずやるらWhispering from the sky, the raindrops fall tonight. Even this gentle cry stirs not the butterflies. Dreaming, streaming, skies are breathing into me to hold the magic this night breathe. to love you forever, like birds of a feather will be. You with me, and I will always need you. I need you. It's not too late to say this now. I'll love you forever, like birds of a feather will be. You with me. Oh, when my heart was locked up tight, another day without you burning in me bright. I found in the night, here with you. I will always love you. I love you. And with this kiss I make this vow to love you forever, like birds of a feather will be. You with me. I'll love you forever, like birds of a feather will be. You with me. Like fire, you know, even the stars you'd inspire. Like flame, I know that loving you will bring me pain. I know I've taken no leave of my senses. I want to be closer to you. Nearing your side, I become the nothingness. Lose myself in your light. How can I make